Tonight on the Black Channel, Congressman Clyburn, guess who's coming to dinner? The Black Channel is live. Unapologetic, unadulterated, and absolutely uncompromising. Greetings, brothers and sisters from all around the world, and welcome back to the home, the haven, the stronghold, the everlasting super fortress of intelligent black thought, the Black Media Headquarters. This is the Black Channel. I am the Black Authority, and you are listening live to the only historically black college, university, or higher education and learning in the cosmos. You are, of course, welcome to join us. Now, I'm going to make a very, very simple suggestion to you here right now. Don't ask where I am. Don't ask where I'm at. Don't ask what I'm doing. I'm doing the people's work, is what I'm doing. I will give you a hint, though. Where am I at? I'm not going to tell you where I'm at. More importantly, I think I'll tell you where I'm not at. I'm not in Louisiana. I can tell you that. Jason, are you in the Carolinas? Oh, you better believe it. And I gotta tell you here, by the way, if you haven't been looking around, I don't know, there might be just a nondescript fellow making his way through with his cameras on, and oh, what do you know? What do I spy? Jimbo Jangles Clyburn, there you are. Well, imagine that. Oh, with his real constituency, hopefully she doesn't do the Miss Daisy thing. Oh boy, Miss Daisy, boy, grabbed around the face like Uncle Rufus. Boy, I'm telling you, that's rough on him, isn't it? Boy, it's rough. Them white folks treat him like a pet, don't they? They treat him like a pet. She put him in. Miss Ann, hello there, Rufus. Why, so good golly there, Miss Ann. I'm so glad to meet you there. Boy, I'm telling you, it's rough being Jimbo Jangles, isn't it? Having to schmooze up to all of them. And he had to meet his real constituency here, so Miss Ann, well, hello there, Rufus. Like my little poodle here. Let me just grab your cheeks. Or an elderly old man being treated like a kid. You can see who's in charge. That's his real constituency. These old awkward Negroes, they almost knocked each other over. Some of y'all were on code there. Reparations are resigned. Some of them were on code. They about the tangibles. Some of them are on code out there. We got folks on code. Front and center there, what do you say? Your man Marcel Dixon is on deck. Old Marcel dropped through. He pulled up. So, while some other folks out there running their mouths, he's on the site. Foundational Black American flag. And there's the law sitting around him. You see the law sitting back there because, okay, don't worry about real issues now. Don't worry about that. Nothing going on there. So in case you were wondering whether or not we were hard at work out here, just so you all can be aware, just in case you were wondering what was going on. Now, some of my folks who are out there, the police just came and kicked them out. So, gonna have to be watching for that. One of my folks out there, the police, for some reason came and asked them to kick him out. So, if I take things a little bit slowly, it's only because I might be downloading things or might be looking at stuff here. If it looks like if I'm rolling things kind of slowly, that might be the reason why I'm doing it there. So it's only because things are unfolding as we speak here. Things are unfolding as we speak here, so I got some stuff going on back here. But yeah, Jimbo Jangles, no, you are not going to be allowed to just sit up here and it's going to be business as usual. Just in case you all were wondering what was happening out there, they try to give you the illusion that it was business as usual. No, it is anything but business as usual out there. Anything but that. That might be what they want to see and that might be what they want to hear, but it's going to be anything other than business as usual. Anything other than that. It's not going to be the same old same. It's not going to be the same old same. Because that's what it's been up to this point now. Up to this point, it has been the same old same. And that's the problem that we had. Is that folks who are out here not being seen. Folks who are actually out here not been seen. So they've been able to pretend, oh, everybody's happy, everything's fine. Don't worry, Miss Ann. All the slaves out there are just perfectly pleased. No, we're not perfectly pleased. No, we're not happy. No, we're not cool with the same old same. We're not here to go along to get along. No, we don't think this is protecting our interests. No, we're not. We don't think that that's what we need to be doing. Yes, we are here to make trouble. Yes, we are here to make sure everybody understands. No, everybody's not here to go along with it. Everybody's not fine with it. This whole week here, this man has been sitting around talking about damn me abortion, which in and of itself, to do something like that in the middle of the situation the black folk are in, that's an abortion in and of itself to do so. We got real issues going on out here, and they're doing everything but seeing what the hell we're doing. So to my people who are there on site tonight, well, that's a pretty black Tahoe back there on 22s. Interesting. In any case, to my people who are there on site this evening, I had to withdraw for a moment here so I can get to a stable place to broadcast from. But if you want to know whether or not we pulled up at the fish fry, you damn right. To my people who are there and everything, keep your cameras on. Don't let these folks sit up here and do something like that. If they're trying to kick you out of there, if the police try to do anything, turn your cameras on. That's the time to be doing that. Turn your cameras on. Don't just be looking around looking silly. Turn your cameras on. Make sure you record that. If you're not making trouble and you're not causing any problems like that, go ahead and make sure you turn it on so you get all that recorded. If he's not telling his white constituents they gotta leave, I want black folk to understand that. Because in the 21st century, you've been taking people's word for that everything is all right here. You've been taking their word for that it's okay. And up until now, you just had to believe it. And if we told you that old Jimbo Jangles was Beckied up when he got there, he was all booed up with them. The Beckys, the Karens, all the rest of them there. They loved them some Jimbo Jangles, boy. I'm telling you, these old niggas, if you want to know what happened for them, yeah, they have no problem selling out the young. He already got his. Jimbo Jangles already got his. So he doesn't have a problem selling the rest of us out because he's already got his. He already got his. The Beckys and the Karens and the Susans, they let him know, okay, you good. We got you here. You all right. We're going to take care of you. Just so long as you don't do anything for anybody else, we're going to take care of you. So just in case you thought this was limited to Nancy Pelosi, it isn't. Just in case you thought it was limited to Nancy Pelosi, it isn't. Just in case you thought it was. And don't expect to see this anywhere else. Just in case you were wondering if people were there and they were on code, yeah, there were. And you can see with some of the numbers there break down as. It wasn't just a whole bunch of people just sitting there to go along. That wasn't what they were doing. And you notice when you see the black folks who are on code, you don't see a bunch of white folks standing around them over there. That lets you know something. They watch these kind of things. They want to watch and they take notice. They want to see that. That's one of the things right there to let you know. They want to see exactly who shows up and what's going on and who's just going along with it. They want to see how many insurgents there are. They want to see how many people there are saying, yeah, this is not the business. They want to keep track of that too because they're noticing it's like, wow, if you took the time to show up, if you took the time to show up, if you took the time to come out, if you took the time to be able to do that, that shows you. And the other thing I want you to understand, these are young black folk. Let's be very, very clear about that. These are young black folk who are showing up with me today. I saw y'all out there. These are young black folk out there with us today. This isn't the old dusty, crusty, broke down church crowd. The folks who came out there for us, these are the young black people. This isn't that geriatric crowd. This isn't that geriatric crowd. These aren't the ones who are sitting up here, looking for their Metamucil. This isn't their usual group of people. This isn't the senior citizen set. This isn't the civil rights generation. I want you to take notice of that. The folks who are resisting all this, the folks who are the ones who were complaining about this, the ones who are actually pushing back against this is the young black folk. Now, that's the kind of thing that worries them. Because if the message wasn't resonating, this isn't something that needed some corporation to put together. These are individuals letting you know that going into the future, it will not be the same thing. No wonder they want to flood the zone with as many buffers as they can. No wonder you have a U.S. congressperson who says he represents black people, and yet he's trying to flood as many non-black people in his district as he can. No wonder. Because the writing is already on the wall. The language he's using and the language we're using is totally different and totally separate. We're not speaking about the same thing. We're not speaking about the same thing. We're talking about something totally different. So if you want to know who pulled up to the fish fry, no, I don't need that in your nasty ass tartar sauce or anything like that. No, you can give me a great big heaping plate of reparations. That's what you can give me. I'll take that. That's good enough for your white feminists who pull your damn strings. It's good enough for them. They want tangibles. Guess what? I came for the same damn thing. And a wore out some old freezer burn fish from you buy, we fry is not going to cut it for me. We have a whole different agenda now. And I want you to take note of that. So if anybody was wondering where I was or where I am, now you know where I'm at. Oh, absolutely. I wasn't going to miss this. And understand, I had important things to do, as a matter of fact. I've been on rolling watch. That Negro made me come all the way down to Louisiana with me thinking, okay, any minute now. Been down there for weeks. Nothing. Crickets. I put up a post about him on Facebook. They're going to be promoting Karine Jean-Pierre to White House press secretary. Roland missed another one. He's sitting there on my post trolling me. Dude, you think that's going to get you the White House press secretary job? You think that's going to happen? So Roland's sitting there trolling me on Twitter in lieu of actually getting what he actually wants there. He's sitting there trolling me. So I'm just like, okay, when I realized this weekend was coming, I'm like, okay, he ain't going to do nothing. He ain't going to do anything. Let me go ahead and go somewhere else. Let me see if I can go do something productive somewhere else since he ain't coming. Since he's not coming. Let me go ahead and just go somewhere else since he's not coming. So I said, let me go ahead and roll on up to the Carolinas. Let me roll on up to South Carolina and see what's happening up there. I'm sure Congressman Clyburn is concerned. I'm sure he's very interested in our whereabouts. And the real problem about this is why this is necessary. Why is this even necessary? And the reason why it's necessary is very, very clear. It is necessary because the older black generation fumbled the damn ball. So instead of us being able to focus on more substantive things, we're having to focus on correcting their errors. Because they fumbled the ball. Because they are absent without leave. Because they're derelict in their duties, so we got to stop what we're doing to go and defeat enemies that they should have stopped decades ago. That's what we're out here having to do now. Instead of us being able to do other things, we got to go and slay demons that they should have taken care of a long time ago. But that's part and parcel of what we have to do. That falls to us, but I want you to understand why that is necessary in the first place. So when you go there and you see all these old heads sitting around, and it looks like church up in there, doesn't it? It looks like church. A bunch of old people there. The white folks show up. They start skinning and grinning. They start skinning and grinning. Bunch of old Negroes, gray haired white folks show up, boy, the teeth come out. When the white folks show up, the teeth come out. Boy, they're quick to go ahead and do that. And we're totally different. They're like, okay, that's a problem. All right, they're a problem. They're going to make us look bad. They're not here to play ball. They're not here to go along with the same old same. No, we're not. No, we're not. So, yes, you're going to be very, very upset. You sure as hell are. You're going to be very upset about that. Some of your old folks not going to like it either. Why y'all going up there making trouble? Why y'all doing that there? Because everything's not all right. Everything is not okay. That's the whole damn purpose of it. And I want you to understand this is a generational clash of ideals because the old folks are fine with the way things are. They're fine with it. They're all right with things being just the way they are. They want to roll their 79 Cadillac Brougham. Some of them might have got a newer Mercedes. As far as they're concerned, they've checked out. We're the ones saying, yeah, the status quo is not good enough anymore. But what that also means is you're going to have to get up and be shown. You're going to have to get up and be seen. And that's what we're doing here. So to everybody who is on the ground at the place tonight, old Jimbo Jangles is going to hit the stage. I think he's already on the stage now. Think they on the stage now. When old Jim comes off now, I want cameras up. I want cameras up so that we can go ahead and make sure that he explains to everybody while he's running for office. By the way, about reparations. You've got a lot to say about abortion, about reparations. Congressman Clyburn, about reparations. No, we didn't come for intersectionalism. We ain't voting down ballot. None of that garbage from your sleeper cells out here. No, we're not talking about that. No, we just want to find out here. You've had a lot to say this week about abortion, getting rid of black babies. Let's talk about the black future. What about reparations, sir? So everybody at that point, yeah, for all my folks who are here, that's what I want you to be aware of. Now, old Jimbo, he's worried now. Old Jimbo is worried. He might have looked out there and realized, oh, hell. Everybody here with a plate is not necessarily trying to go along with the same old same. So just be aware. Old Jim is taking a look. Old Jim is taking a look around. But I do not want you to be daunted or intimidated by that. I do not want you to be intimidated by that. Don't be intimidated by that. I'm getting a couple of text messages here now. So, like I say, folks, I hate to be doing 2 or 3 things at once. I really do, but there's a lot going on here. There's a lot of moving parts involved. I got a number of different feet on the ground out there, so it's been kind of important for me to go ahead and do that. So if it seems like I'm a little bit distracted there, I kind of am, but I really want to go ahead and see about that because we're only ordinarily, these people here have a very easy time ignoring what we're talking about. Ordinarily speaking, it usually goes very easy. The easy days are over. The easy days are over. We're doing things differently now. The easy days are over. See, these are things you didn't used to see. You didn't used to see it because, yeah, the civil rights generation was going along to get along. We're not the get along gang. We're not the get along gang. So if anybody wants to ask, well, Jason, what are you doing about you? You know what I'm doing? I'm rolling. And I don't mean Martin. What are you doing? I'm going to go ahead and open up the telephone lines here in a few moments. And I also want to check in with some of my people here on the ground. So I need to go ahead and see what's happening with them. So we're going to take a very brief non-commercial break. Look, I want to thank everyone who's contributed to support tonight's program on PayPal or Cash App. Thank you very much right now. I send a shout out to all of you collectively here. So thank you very much for your support. It's very much appreciated there. So Andrew L. and everybody else, thank you very much for that. We're going to take a very brief non-commercial break. We will be back. This is the Black Channel.
Hey, I'm Marcus. For a while, I walked around with this empty feeling inside. I had a full-time job, but not in the field I wanted to be in. But then I came across this book where it was like, the title was just for me. Guide to Being Black in IT. I read the book and the author took me through scenarios and gave me tips. I sat down and read it and it only took an hour. After I got done, I took advice in the book, practiced in the labs, and got certified. Then I literally got up and applied for a position with this company I've been looking at for a while and got the job. Thanks to that book, I worked my job with confidence. If you're looking to get into IT or even in the field, now this is a must-read book. Go to www.beingblackInIT.com.
I am black first. I am empowered. I am on code. I am motivated. I am a proud foundational. My name is Maria Sellers, and nothing will come between us. Buy the sci-fi novel, Nothing Will Come Between Us. Order today at Amazon and Google Play. Visit spiritofo1811publishing.com. Our story, our family.
Join 6zeros.net, a forum built to discuss all things relevant to black people. On our forum, a check doesn't mean you're famous. It means your blackness has been verified by our staff.
Sorry, Chad.
We also have premium merchandise with same-day shipping on most orders. And when you're ready for some dope content, check out the 0 Hour blog.
Don't just sign up, post.
I'm having a really good time with you tonight.
I'm having a good time with you too.
Want to go somewhere private? Just for us?
I like that.
Great. Meet me at 6zeros.net. Black owned, black operated.
Hi, this is Brenda Starr, creator of Poetry with a Purpose and author of the book Pressed But Not Crushed. Pressed But Not Crushed is an anthology of political poems that address current and historical issues in American descendants of slave population and African American population. The book describes slaveries and its residuals, Jim Crow segregation, social depredation, and other relevant issues to American descendants of slaves and African Americans, including the current political climate that does not address our issues.
The future of legal betting is finally here. Place a bet using CashApp with Bitcoin right over the phone. Unlike with traditional gambling sites, every bet you place with us, you're guaranteed a 50% probability of winning. All of our bets are one-on-one against a real person and never the house. We offer some of the most unique bets in the industry. Bets like, will LeBron James win his 5th NBA title? Will Joe Biden be elected for a second term? Will Tesla be worth $1 trillion by the end of 2022? You can even bet on if it will rain tomorrow. You can literally bet on any future event. Text the phrase I bet to the number on the screen, and I'll reply with a list of all our available bets.
Are you tired of being overcharged and forced into paying a monthly subscription for your Mac and Windows software? Well, if you are, currently we're having a 50% off discount on all the latest Mac and Windows software, such as AutoCAD, SolidWorks, Photoshop, Microsoft Office, and much more. Our 50% off discount will be ending soon, so be sure to text us NEED SOFTWARE to 323-407-8214. That's 323-407-8214. We aim to please, so expect 24/7 technical support. The latest premium software. Instant software links delivered to your email and PayPal's buyer's protection guarantee.
When you need a reliable influx of capital to grow your business, Spectre Capital Finance provides fast, individualized working capital loans with lines of credit to take your business to the next level. SpectreCapitalFinance.com.
This is the Black Channel. I am your host, your brother, your humble servant, the Black Authority. Very glad to be with you all here this evening. A lot going on over here, so just trying to make sure I coordinate things properly for the road show here. For those of you who are not aware, if you were wondering, well, where in the world is Jason Black tonight? I'll tell you exactly. I'm a stone's throw away. Well, I was a stone's throw away from Jim Clyburn. I definitely wanted to make sure that we got that. So we got a number of people out here in boots on the ground representing to make sure that people understand that this is not going to be just a one-way street, and that anyone saying that business as usual is acceptable is lying to you. So we pulled up at the Jim Clyburn Fish Fry, reparations or resign, very simply put. Shout out to More Black and everybody else who's out there. So I got a number of people out there, so I appreciate that as well. As you can see from the footage here, Marcel Dixon is on deck. So just understand, for people who are asking all kinds of silly questions and whatnot, I'm going to be looking to you too. So definitely, I want to go ahead and open up the telephone lines. The number is 646-787-1933. That's 646-787-1933. Your personal access code to the Black Channel. You can definitely go ahead and give us a call here tonight, as we are discussing how the Democrats' agenda isn't our agenda. I want you to understand, the next generation is not going for business as usual. The next generation is not going for business as usual. So there's a number of folks out there who were telling themselves, what are the realistic chances that Jason Black would show up in person? And what they found out is the chances are actually pretty damn good. That's what they're finding out now. So they're going to have to change some of those little dares they used to put out there. Before, they thought they were calling my bluff or something. That's kind of what they were doing before. They thought they were calling my bluff. I think folks are going to think a little bit harder and think twice before they call me out in the future. If you ask Jason to show up, actually, there's a pretty reasonable chance that he will. Believe it or not, there's actually a pretty doggone good chance that he will. Matter of fact, you might have shook hands with me that day. You might have shook hands with me. You never know. Telephone lines are now open. The number is 646-787-1933. That's 646-787-1933. Let's go ahead and take a few phone calls here. Let me get caller from area code 424. You're on live with the Black Channel. What's your name? Where you calling from? Okay, caller from 424. Last try. You're on live. Okay, caller from 424 has been abducted. Caller from area code 757. You have your speakers on.
Hello?
Turn them off.
Hello?
Okay. Caller, last try. You are on live with the Black Channel. What is your name? Where are you calling from?
Hello?
Okay.
Hello?
Some of these folks here, I'm not really sure what's going on. I'll see if we can do a sound check for them here. Department of Homeland Security might be making their modest contribution to tonight's program, so that's definitely possible here as well. Folks, also, definitely, if you're calling in, please don't have your speakers on like that. Make sure you're listening on the phone, because all it's really going to do is confuse you otherwise, and you don't want that to be the case here. I'm going to also see if I can get the brother to see if he can give me a call up here. I want to see if I can get him to give me a call here when they get done with that. That'll be kind of important too. I want that to happen also. So if they're able to, I want him to see when he even give me a call when he gets done with that. Okay, I think they're having trouble hearing me there. I'm going to see if we can try to dial back in and see if they can get that again. I think they're having trouble hearing me. I want to see if we can try to get them restarted on that. But for those of you who are wondering here, we are live here in South Carolina. So just in case you were wondering where I was at, we are live and direct here in South Carolina. We pulled up at the James Clyburn Fish Fry. There's a number of people out here. There's a number of people being seen. There are a whole bunch of folks here who've shown up. So it's not business as usual. All right, I think we got the phone straightened out here. So for the folks who are having trouble hearing here before, we got that straightened out for you. Let me get a caller from 757 area code. Try again. You're on live with the Black Channel. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Okay, he might have stepped away from his phone. Caller from area code 804. You're on live with the Black Channel. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Mr. Black, I think we have a communication problem because I can't hear anything.
Okay, I can hear you just fine. And I just dialed up on the phone myself, so folks can hear me on Blog Talk there, but maybe restart your phone. See if you can try that again. I'm not really sure what issue he's having there. I called up into it myself, and I can hear myself just fine, so I think folks might be having some other issues. Let me try to get caller from area code 424. You're on live with the Black Channel. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hello?
Yes, you're on live, sir.
Hello?
Okay, this is the weirdest thing. I just called it myself and it's working. So now they're saying it's not.
Hello?
They're saying they're having trouble hearing that. That's real weird. Okay. Let me see. Caller from 424. I'm on the line with you right now so you can hear me. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Yeah. Hey, what's up, brother? How you doing, Jason? This is from LA, out here in Houston.
Okay, his phone is breaking up, so I think we found part of the issue here. What was that name again from Houston?
Rob from Houston.
All right, Rob from Houston. What's
on your mind? LA. Yeah, it's very interesting looking at what's going on right now in the political climate. You got so many people that are so focused on this email that was leaked for abortion. They're trying to take our eyes off the prize for reparations. I was having a conversation with a buddy of mine over in Oakland, and you got so many brothers that are Gen Xers like myself and you that are still trapped on the Democratic plantation, thinking that these Republicans are the worst thing that we have to think about in this climate. And I keep telling people constantly that you can't give in to any of the fear. And whether it's abortion or healthcare or anything else, they try to throw at us. It's the same fear tactic time and time again, and black folks need to stop falling for it.
Well, the other thing is about recognizing what's our actual agenda. They've done a very good job of trying to deceive black folk into thinking that whatever the white establishment says is the most important thing is the most important thing. So if they say black folk are the most important thing at that moment, then it is. And then when they stop saying it, then all of a sudden it's not supposed to be. And therein lies the problem. Our interests are not seasonal. Our interests are evergreen. Our interests are all the time. Our interests are not bicentennial. Our interests are all day, every day. That doesn't ever stop. So when anyone tries to change the subject to anything else, that's malfeasance. Thank you very much for giving us a call. Let me get caller from area code 757. You're on live with the Black Channel. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hello, this is James J. out of Norfolk, Virginia.
Okay, James J. out of Norfolk. What's on your mind?
I'm glad you can hear me this time. We were having technical issues. I was totally prepared to hop on. You know, I'm familiar with your broadcast. You know, I was ready. It was
I didn't hang up on you, so that's a good sign. What's on your mind?
I appreciate that, Jason. I also appreciate you for going out there to Jim Clyburn's little event and supporting Marcel Dixon. You know, I need more conscious people like you out here in the world that are actually able to think for themselves. And let's promote people to think for themselves and not just be pushed by what the agenda is of a Democrat or a Republican or anything. But how does this affect you personally? That's the first thing people need to understand about this life, is you start with yourself. Before you can remove the silver out of the eye of another, you got to be able to get the wood out of your own. And I've seen too many times, like, I appreciate your broadcast as I like to see our people, which traditionally black people, I love to see us together.
Well, definitely, I'm trying to do the best I can to make sure that we have an agenda.
The issue that we have.
Well, the biggest thing here is, like I say, having the same agenda. That has been the biggest thing that's been missing here. Having 40 million black people focusing on 40 million different things, as if that individualism mess, that intersectionalism mess, having just enough people getting on the same code and on the same page, that has been a very formidable task for a while now. So I'm certainly hoping that this is this is the kind of thing, I shouldn't say hoping, these are the kind of things I've been working towards to make sure that we show people it's not just one or two people, it's a number of folk who understand and recognize what's happening. What these people only recognize is when you get up and do something. They don't really, when you're online, that's good to have hundreds of thousands of people online understanding something. That's good. But what they really recognize is when you show up. What they really recognize is when you actually show up somewhere, whether it's George Floyd or anything else. At the end of the day, that's going to be the most powerful thing, is when they see, whoa, you're that there's a group of people who are that motivated to take it beyond just talking and say, okay, this is the next evolutionary step. Our goal isn't to talk. We've actually got an agenda, and discussing with each other is just how you organize. Well, organize to what? Oh, we're organizing to pull up today. Thank you very much for giving us a call. Let me get a caller from area code 571. You're on live with the Black Channel. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
What's going on, Jason? It's Official MGTOW from Woodbridge, Virginia.
Official MGTOW from Woodbridge. What's on your mind, brother?
What's going on, man? I had a quick statement. I had a quick question as well. My first question, first and foremost, I just want to ask, would it be okay if I send you an email? It'll be from officialwork@gmail.com. And also my statement, I just want to say, man, I salute you 10 toes down. I salute everybody that was out there. Reparations or resign. That's is really no question, nothing else to really be asked about that. I salute you for standing on every word you ever stood on, man.
Okay, well, definitely you can go ahead and send me an email about that. Is it about tonight's program or something else?
It's in regards to something else, but it has strong relation to everything that's going on.
Okay, you can go ahead and email me there. Thank you very much for giving us a call tonight. Let me get caller from area code 804. You're on live with the Black Channel. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hi, Mr. Jason Black. This is Kendall from Richmond, Virginia.
Kendall from Richmond, Virginia. What's on your mind?
Man, I'm going to tell you, bro. Whoa. You're like a general. Tariq Nasheed and Professor Black Truth. You guys are putting us on code. Dude, I'm a 55-year-old guy, and I'm raising my little grandsons up, reading Powernomics to them, black labor, white wealth. These are things I'm reading to my grandkids. I'm not trying to let them be soft and uninformed. You guys are raising up soldiers. I listen to other channels, and you got these young 21, 22, 23-year-olds, 25-year-olds spitting that truth. And I just want to thank you guys, bro. Y'all, dude, I'm that old nigga that's on code. I'm like, I've been this way, but I ain't heard the fire y'all been out. Now I'm passing this down to them. I just want to thank you, man, and I'm loving you got them foot soldiers on the ground. I wish I could have walked to North Carolina. I just want to thank you, bro. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much for your support here tonight, brother. We do appreciate that. Let me get caller from area code 317. You're on live with the Black Channel. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Ricky from Indianapolis, Indiana.
Ricky from Indianapolis. What's on your mind?
Yeah, man. So I'm actually down here, and I'm actually down here on the ground. So, yeah, they kicked us out because we was passing out flyers for Marcel. So, yeah, it's crazy out here.
Well, they kicked you out for canvassing for the other candidate.
Yes, sir.
I'm sure that was kind of. I'm sure that was kind of awkward for Jim. I'm sure that was kind of awkward for him. It's kind of hard to convince everybody you got the ear of the people and everyone is on the same page when that kind of thing occurs.
But I like what you do, man. I love your show. I like how discreet you are. It's kind of.
Did they say? Well, did they say anything to you? Like, what exactly did they say to you?
I approached Clyburn for a second, and I asked him about reparations. He just kind of brushed me off, you know what I'm saying? And actually, his campaign manager just happens to be his nephew, and he was the one that was trying to kick us out. And then finally, the police came and kicked us out.
Okay, well, definitely for anybody there, like I said, that's what I was telling y'all. If you talk to them and everything, make sure you record yourselves asking about reparations. Make sure you record that. Right, you know he's going to jackrabbit and run, but make sure that you record yourselves asking him so that you can show people as soon as if he ever tries to talk about he's for reparations anytime, once you can show him that, by the way, every time you get asked about it, you go running about it. He should be sitting there and stopping and talking about that the way you do about abortion. When those white women that he's booed up with today ask him about that, he'll be sitting there, well, yes, Miss Ann, all damn day to reassure them about throwing kids in a blender. But yet, when it comes to reparations, he's not going to say anything. So it's very, very important. If you all are there, for the folks who are there tonight, I've been over this with you. If you're there tonight, make sure cameras up. When you ask about reparations, cameras up. It is very, very important you have that.
Yeah, I got plenty of videos of me asking about reparations, and his campaign manager was scared. You know what I'm saying?
Well, definitely go ahead and send that to me then. If you have that, go ahead and send that to me. We'll go ahead and check that out. If you get it to me now, I might be able to put it on before the program is over, but go ahead and send that to me. Thank you very much for giving us a call. Let me get caller from area code 929. You're on live with the Black Channel. What's your name? Where you calling from?
This is Daryl from Chicago.
Daryl from Chicago, what's on your mind?
Jason, another excellent broadcast. I like this with the boots on the ground there at South Carolina. I got it up on the screen here, and my cousin, I think he was supposed to be out there. I tried to call him back and forth and everything. He said he was going to go. And but other than that, everything else, you have been saying, and they. I already know Jim Clyburn is going to sidestep any issue or anything that confrontation wise is as far as any questions is concerned. But this is what it's about right here. And thank you very much, my nephews and nieces and stuff. They've been listening to you for quite a while now, over a couple of years now, and it's really fantastic to see this. And I'm giving them as much information as I possibly can, like the other caller. These are my nephews and my great nieces and nephews. I'm, just hipping them up on things and letting them know what time it really is. And your broadcasts have been tremendously informative, off the charts with all the dialogue and everything that's been happening. And they're like, been really, really informed, and it's helping them out on their jobs how to identify stuff as well. And it's been tremendous, Jason. And this is just the tip of the iceberg for us. And it's more changes to come. But I appreciate all what you all are doing, the new black media there, Brother Tariq Nasheed, Professor Black Truth, and I've been listening to some of the Nearly Fuller things. I've been listening to Nearly Fuller for a while, but I've been also listening to the Honorable Dr. John Henry Clark. When I say that, I had to put the honor there in front of their names, and including your name as well.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. We've done everything we can in this regard here, but we're going to try to do a whole lot more. But with you all's help, that's what really changes it. It's one thing to have some folks out here talking, but what really helps it is that multiplier effect. When the people actually get on board with it, you'd be amazed what you can make happen there. Thank you very much for giving us a call here tonight. I want to see here, I got some video. I got some video from a dude here on the ground here, so I want to see if I can try to go ahead and play that for you here. I think this is them when Clyburn's folk ran in them on there. Let me go ahead and see if I can get that up for you. All right, let me get the audio, everything going on here for you.
Go out, not to ever give up on their dreams.
The dream of reparations.
They need to work hard to get them fulfilled.
Reparations. Black people already work hard.
Do it overnight.
You've had 30 years, sir.
You have to sometimes go a second time. Our parents told us, if at first you don't succeed,
you never.
Why does this nigga sound like John Lewis? Can you all explain to me why Jim Clyburn sounds exactly like John Lewis? If at first you don't succeed, walk back across every bit of bread. These old niggas, when they get older, they just turn into each other is what they do. It's this. I'm convinced now, none of these niggas have died. It's the same nigga all over again. It's the same one, not a different one. It's the same one. This is it. This is the same one. This is it right here. Boy, I'm telling you, and here he is hitting you with the wait talk, the hurry up and wait talk. It's the hurry up and wait talk now. I'm gonna back this up a little bit more so you can hear him say it again. He's giving you the hurry up and wait talk.
It came down between us and Georgia. How did we get that plan? Because the Lake Marion Regional Water Agency was there to provide the water because they had enough vision 15 years ago to put that in place. Now, everything that we want will not get done by tomorrow morning.
Reparations, sir.
I spoke to students at Voorhees College this morning, and I said to them that I want them, when they go out, not to ever give up on their dreams.
The dream of reparations.
They need to work hard to get them fulfilled.
Do y'all hear? Now, is he talking to the white folk like that about abortion, immigration? Is he telling the white women, well, you know, we can't get it done overnight, Miss Ann. We can't get it done overnight now, Miss Sally. We can't do this overnight now, ma'am. We got to wait now. It can't happen overnight now. You got to pursue your dreams, Miss Annie. You got to pursue your dreams. They don't ever talk to anybody else like this. They don't talk to any damn body else like this. No one at all. We're the only ones who get the hurry up, wait, and dream talk. That's what we get.
Will not get done by tomorrow morning.
Reparations, sir.
I spoke to students at Voorhees College this morning, and I said to them that I want them, when they go out, not to ever give up on their dreams.
The dream of reparations.
They need to work hard to get them fulfilled.
Reparations. Black people already work hard.
Do it overnight.
You've had 30 years, sir.
You have to sometimes go a second time. Our parents told us, if at first you don't succeed,
you have never tried to get reparations.
You keep trying until you get it right.
Try to get reparations.
And that's what we are going to do. We are going to keep working.
For what?
Until we get this country in the place it ought to be, so our children and our grandchildren will call us all blessed for the contributions we have made. So let me thank all of you. for all that you've done to put me in place to do what I can to move an agenda forward.
What agenda, sir?
I have no idea.
You have no idea what the agenda is?
But for as long as I'm there, I will be doing what is necessary to make
reparations or resign.
every one of you proud.
What is
for
that,
the votes
sir?
that you cast. Thank you so much.
Vote for what? Vote for what?
Oh, I'm telling you there. The old church Negroes.
Thank you so much.
Vote for what?
This big joke over here on the right. If some of y'all didn't get a plate, I know who ate yours. So this big joke over here, built like the Kool-Aid man. If you didn't get any fish at the fish fry, I got a feeling I know who got yours. So I'm just saying. But in any case here, and by the way, that's my man Ken Jones. Ken was on the ground, and that's them. Ken, my man, he's there with his people, and those are the ones who took this video here. So my man Ken Jones, thank you very much for getting this at great personal risk to yourself.
Vote for what?
Now, there are some people here I want to introduce. Hey, Trav. Is Trav Robinson still here? Trav. Come on, Trav.
Vote for what? There you go.
Trav,
What is he coming to do? What is this DJ Jazzy Jeff looking dude coming to do? What is he here for? What does he think he's gonna do? I mean, is that really DJ Jazzy Jeff and Uncle Phil? Is this not Uncle Phil and DJ Jazzy Jeff? So DJ Jazzy Jeff and Uncle Phil? Oh, Kent, I'm almost ashamed, brother. I almost want to say, Brother Kent, you got kicked out by DJ Jazzy Jeff and Uncle Phil? You got kicked out by the cast of The Fresh Prince in Bel-Air? I don't know, brother. We're going to have a talk about this. We're going to have a talk about this. Jazzy Jeff and Uncle Phil kicked y'all out.
Trav, the chair of our party. Trav, you got a job.
I just want to know what black people are voting for.
All those candidates.
Step away from me. Don't touch me, man.
I don't touch.
Is that Aunt Viv? Is that Aunt Viv too? So DJ Jazzy Jeff, Uncle Phil, and Aunt Viv. Y'all got kicked out by the cast of The Fresh Prince in Bel-Air. The first cast, not the second one. Kent. Brother, I feel for you. He got kicked out by the cast of The Fresh Prince in Bel-Air. I can't believe it.
Man, yeah, I'm trash because I'm fighting for reparations.
I just want to say this.
Did she call him trash? Did she say that?
Trav, you got a job.
I just want to know what black people are voting for.
All those candidates.
Step away from me. Don't touch me, man.
I don't touch
Man, yeah, I'm trash.
Oh, I don't touch trash. Okay, Aunt Viv don't touch trash? Really? Are you serious?
Trav, the chair of our party. Trav, you got a job.
I just want to know what black people are voting for.
All those candidates.
Step away from me. Don't touch me, man.
I don't touch
Man, yeah, I'm trash because I'm fighting for reparations.
Them glasses look like a damn bicycle, baby. Where the hell did you get those? Where in the world did she get those glasses at, y'all? Fred Sanford's eyeglass shop? What is going on here? I'm trying to figure out what is happening. And why is that Negro not putting his cup down if he's supposed to be security? Why is he not putting his cup down? I don't understand it. I'm trying to figure it out. Okay.
Rude. What part of this is rude, man? Please don't step in. I didn't touch you. And I don't touch you. Don't worry about me.
You're ruining the fun for us.
You're ruining the fun for us. Okay, ma'am, you can't even get an abortion. What fun are you getting ruined? The fun? Do you hear this old nigga babble? Fun. We're talking about survival and they're talking about fun. This old chick right here with her glasses on. Will somebody come and get Dr. Robotnik? Sitting all up here in the camera, getting in the way.
I did not drop the F-bomb. You said Jim Clyburn has called the police. All right, there you go. Reparations, Mr. Clyburn.
Y'all gotta go.
And the fact is that we can't afford not to have this man in the United States Congress.
Mr. Clyburn has called the police.
6th congressional district. He is South Carolina's congressman, and when the people of this state need him, he is always there. For what?
Now, who I'm trying to see is who the hell is talking. Is that white man back there talking? No, but seriously.
Reparations, Mr. Clyburn.
Y'all gotta go.
Yeah, is that the white man back there talking?
Is that we can't afford not to have this man in the United States Congress.
Mr. Clyburn has called the police.
6th congressional district. He is South Carolina's congressman, and when the people of this state,
Yeah. I want to say that's the white man back there with the orange hat on. That white man back there with the orange hat on. Yeah, there he is. I have another video, the one that's on Twitter that you all can see there. Yeah, the white man with the hat on there. Yeah, that's him. That's him. Yeah, there he is. Yeah, if you all want to know who's pulling the strings behind the scenes there, if you want to know who it is, old White Zaddy came out real quick. You thought it was just the females. By the way, yeah, I just wanted to say, by the way, yeah, that's him. I thought so. I just wanted to get some confirmation of that, but yeah, that was him there. I thought it was. I thought it was. I thought that was him. I figured he was the one. I figured that's what it would be there. I thought a little bit differently about it, but I figured that was there. I figured that was there. Let me go ahead right quick. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and show you here, for those of you who might have missed it before. This is my video here on Twitter. Yeah, there he is. There he is with Jimbo Jangles. So this is before everything got started there. So yeah, there he is the whole damn time. There they are attached at the hip. There they are attached at the hip. Yeah. Yeah, there he is. I believe that he's got the microphone. He's the one sitting there yelling the loudest. We got to get this man back in office here. We have to get our Negro back in office here. He's going to take care of that. Yeah, there you go. Now, let me know if MSNBC or CNN or The Root or The Griot, let me know if any of them bring you any of this. Shout out to Kent Jones there, brother. You all did a bang up job here tonight. We appreciate that. Show me if they do that. Show me if they do that. Show me if any of them talk about this, by the way, since they want to go investigating these things. I'd like to know a little bit more. Because this guy was talking to him. This was before they started talking. This is when it first, I know because I'm there when it first kicked, when everybody was first coming in. So this is before they got to talking. This is before he got to speaking or anything. This is way before that. Way before that. So he's all hugged up with this white man way before anything else gets started. Basically, when he got out of the car, he's getting out with this white man at the very beginning. So I'm seeing him get out of the car with this white man. And then next thing you know, when they want to start kicking folks out, it's the white man they hand the microphone to. And he's the one who starts turning into the carnival barker. Yeah. Yeah, there he is. Yeah. Yeah. He's sitting there being the carnival barker. Yeah.
Please don't step in. I didn't touch you.
Do you know how demeaning that is as black people? Do you all know how demeaning this is? This is a fight between those who are ready to go back to the plantations tonight. They're ready to go back to the plantations and pick the cotton tonight. They don't even need to wait. They're ready to go tonight. And those of us who are like, never again. Now he's sitting in front of a whole field full of Negroes, but they're not the field Negroes. He's sitting in front of a field full of black folks. And he's sitting up here telling them what they need to do. He's sitting in front of a whole group full of black folk, old black folk, and telling them what they need to do. It shouldn't be surprising here. The young black folk are the ones pushing back. The young black folk are the ones agitating. It's the old Negroes sitting up here with a white man literally sitting up here cracking the whip over their damn heads. And they sitting here. Here she is with her scooter eyeglasses on. The geriatrics done showed up, and this white man, they're sitting here like ain't nothing happening. Everything just fine. What y'all so worried about right there? That's our friend there. Yeah, some folks need to go get an overseer. Other people actually bring their own. They actually bring their own. Nothing frightening about this, huh? Nothing frightening about this at all, huh? Let me go ahead and get to the telephone lines here because I think this is my man Kent. Kent, is this you on the line now?
Ken Jones, yes. All
right, Kent. I was playing the video that you sent us here, brother. Thank you very much for getting that for us here. Very revealing what was going on there, brother. It dovetails with the footage that I got here very nicely. You're seeing the white man in the orange hat the whole damn time. You're seeing him jump up. Very, very ominous in social terms. Very, very ominous there. Is that what you all were seeing?
Yes, sir. I mean, we showed up and Jim Clyburn started giving his speech. He brought his whole family out and started giving us the speech of how wonderful his family was. His sister, his aunt, his wife, his 3 daughters, apparently. I never know them. And so we started asking him, what about the rest of Black America? That's it. And he didn't have an answer. He was telling us about his wonderful accomplishments of his children, but he didn't have an answer for the rest of Black America when we asked him about reparations for the rest of Black America.
Yeah, so, and I'm hearing him sitting up here talking about, it don't happen overnight and we need to wait. So we're back at that old Obama crap again. Now, when they go talk to white folk, they never use that phrase, you need to wait, it don't happen overnight. You would never go to a constituency and tell them what you can't do. Vote for me, I can't do nothing for you. Vote for me, it ain't gonna happen. Vote for me, wait 100 years and vote for me. You would never do that. So when he gets in front of white folk, it all of a sudden is the art of the possible. When he gets in front of us, all of a sudden it's the art of the impossible. Can't get it done. Not gonna happen overnight. Just gotta stick with it and just keep voting for me no matter what the hell doesn't happen. Forget what will happen. What the hell doesn't happen. Just go ahead and vote for it anyway. What were the police saying? What were the police saying when the police rolled up on you? What were they saying?
They were just walking up. I just want to say the lady didn't kick me out. She was just, doing her thing. And I was just saying, don't touch me. But there was a whole army of police officers back there. And I think I mentioned that earlier. There was a whole squad. To be fair, they were all black police officers. And I had a tripod on my hand. So I was very worried for my safety, stuff like that. And they just slowly pushed us out and walked all the way to the car. They gave us a personal police escort all the way to the car because we asked for reparations.
And it was loud and clear about that. Like I say, definitely in this kind of situation here, shouldn't Clyburn be coming to let people know exactly how much he stands for that? Because if they were talking about abortion, could you imagine a group of white women yelling about abortion and Clyburn responds like that? Could you imagine that being the case? That a group of white women are there talking about abortion now, abortion forever, hell, abort black babies. They can hold up a sign and say abort black. Could you imagine him giving the same response, Kent?
No. And a black congressman talking about he said, black people need to work hard. That's exactly what he said. It's on video. And so just ask yourself, do you work hard as a black person? The country was built by foundational Black America, but according to Jim Clyburn, y'all don't work hard enough. According to your congressman who has been in office for 30 years, talking about his record for 30 years, and the people of South Carolina. So think about that. I don't live in South Carolina. I showed up for this. So, yeah, just think about that. Your family has been here for long. You have a congressman for 30 years who says you need to work hard. Those were his words. It's on video.
Yeah, you're just not doing enough. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Now, all these white feminists, LGBT, illegal aliens, now they don't have to work hard. They've already done what they need to do. You all just need to work harder, whatever in the hell that means. You're just not doing enough. Now, the folks who aren't even citizens, apparently they've done enough hard work as it is. They've apparently done enough hard work. So, there they go with that. Well, brother, I appreciate you going and getting this and everything. I know you've done this at great personal expense to yourself, at great personal risk to yourself, to be able to make sure you have it on video so that people can see exactly what's happening when you go to your so-called black representatives of what's going on here. When you go to them with this is what you end up with here. And if these have been white women talking about abortion, feminism, equal pay in the workplace, things they already got, they want more stuff. If this had been Native Americans, if this had been illegal aliens, would he have sent the police to move them off the premises if those had been illegal aliens? If they had been non-citizens, would he have done that? He literally would not have done this with any other group of people except black folk. And that tells you everything you need to know about Jimbo Jangles Clyburn. I'll let you have the last word.
Reparation should be a non-issue for a black congressman. That doesn't make any sense. I mean, we know it doesn't make any sense, but reparations for someone who has been in Congress and he can tell you, oh, my family go back to the plantation. If you have a bunch of 20-year-olds show up to you and say, we need reparations, you should understand that suffering more than anyone else. That shouldn't even be an issue for you. Abortion isn't an issue for him. A bunch of other things, illegal immigration isn't an issue for him. But reparations, he will tell you about his family ties all the way to the plantation. But reparation is an issue for your congressman who has been in office for 30 years in North Carolina. So just think about that. On the side note, I also want to mention, there are a lot of immigrants of us out there, and I know how you go on the immigrant, and we deserve it, but, there's 0.001% of us out here who truly support the FDA family. So I just want it's only 0.001%, but, I just wanted to put that out there.
Well, as long as you're on code, you're our people. That's the bottom line. If you are on code, you're our people, and that's it. Bottom line, if you're on code with us, ain't nothing else need be said. We judge you by what you do, and it's good work here tonight, so we appreciate that, brother.
Thank you, sir. Good night.
Thank you very much for that right there. Like I say, definitely folks on the ground right there. Yeah, absolutely. We got the FBA flags out there and whatnot, but it's the on code people across the board. It's the on code people across the board. That's who the enemy is of the Democrats and their black flunkies. Anybody who's on code, that's who the problem is. Let me get caller from area code 646. You're on live with the Black Channel. What's your name? Where you calling from?
TVA Anthony from Queens, New York.
Anthony from Queens, what's on your mind?
With Ketanji Brown, now with Kareem Jean-Pierre, there's still a lot of our people that want to climb the social ladder. And that's another reason why you see that, a lot of black people still supporting a lot of these individuals that don't, give any tangible benefit to our people. So again, I think I mentioned this way back when I called in. We have to start making these positions more or less poisonous. In terms of, listen, if you're going to be a part of, the government, you're going to have to do for our people, or we're going to make that seat kind of hot. We're going to start putting forward Marcel and other individuals. So it's up to us to make it poisonous to be in these seats unless you really put out for our people.
Well, certainly the biggest move we can make in that regard, and the strongest statement we can make in that regard now, is to speak on it. to no longer be quiet and to go along to get along. Speaking about this is imperative. It is absolutely essential that we start speaking about this. No, it's not okay. It's not going to be business as usual. We're not going to go along with the way things have been. So first and foremost, not being afraid to speak about it. Thank you very much for giving us a call. Let me get caller from area code 469. You're on live with the Black Channel. What's your name? Where you calling from?
This is Thomas calling from Dallas, Texas.
Thomas from Dallas, what's on your mind?
Jason, this is the most shameful, embarrassing coon babble I've ever seen in my life. I mean, he literally gave them some chicken and some Kool-Aid, some strawberry Kool-Aid, and they stood up there trying to fight for this dude. This is the old niggas has just lost it, man. And thank you for going out there, man. Did you take your coon repellent with you? I hope you took it with you, man. That's too close to be to a coon like that, man. This is shameful, man. So I tell young people, reparations or nothing else. I mean, this is shameful, man. This had to be his family. That got to be his family. Whoever showing up for that has got to be crazy. Whoever voted for him got to be crazy. It doesn't make any sense at this point to vote for these politicians. That's not going to give you anything. He's literally sitting up there telling you nothing. Just coon babble. Thank you, Jason. Be careful out there, man.
Thank you very much for giving us a call tonight here, brother. And like I say, I'm on the scene as always. Let me get caller from area code 912. You're on live with the Black Channel. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Yeah, this is JD Black. I'm currently calling from Summerville, South Carolina.
JD out of Summerville.
I was probably the first one to get kicked out of that place tonight.
All right. Well,
and when I say
why they kick you out tonight?
Oh, for passing out the flyers.
Okay.
They didn't. Well, some people like my shirt and my wife's shirt, but they had a problem with the flyers.
Were you the ones with the shirts for tangibles?
Tangibles, yes,
okay,
sir.
So we got you and your lady on video. Then you all were the ones with the shirts on.
Yeah,
for
they kicked my 2-year-old daughter out. Can you believe that?
Oh, I'm surprised they didn't throw her on the ground and handcuff her. Actually, so.
Nah, it wouldn't have ended well for him then. It would have been a problem there.
Yeah, you know how they're treating the black children and whatnot. So it's just like, okay, we thought she had a weapon. So.
But I don't tolerate that when it comes to mine. So I got 9 of them, and they ain't touching none of them. But I got to tell you, bro, I'm on the fence because I talked to some people out there, and bro, we got a lot of work to do.
Of course,
a whole lot of work to do.
Understand something? We wouldn't even have to do this if the civil rights generation had actually finished the damn job and hadn't walked off the field. Let's be very, very clear, brother.
Exactly.
They walked off the field. They got integration, and I see some gray hairs on your beard, so you about as old as me, so you understand what's going on. They said, you know what? I got my interracial sexual access. I got my cell phone, and they will now finally let me go to the Mercedes dealership without beating my ass. So that's it. I'm done. I got my American dream. You young folks need to be happy with,
and it's like I spoke to a few, and I told them. Go ahead.
They're just telling the young folk we need to be happy with what we got, and that's it. And we're just what they don't understand is like, you walked off the field halfway through the damn thing. We're not happy with getting half measures. We want everything we're supposed to have.
Exactly. Like I said, I asked the gentleman. I said, "Are you going to vote for Clyburn?" And he said, "Well, I'm from Atlanta." I said, "You supporting Clyburn?" He had his shirt and whatnot. Yes. I said, "Well, why?" Well, my daddy was his frat brother.
There you go.
And I got him on tape saying it.
Send that.
I got him on tape saying it. So
send
I'll be sending that over to you.
Send that to me. TheBlackAuthority@yahoo.com. TheBlackAuthority@yahoo.com.
It'll be on the way.
There you go. I mean, this is more of that Kamala Harris, Monique Presley, Roland Martin, Boule babble. This is more of that. That they're putting a damn. Well, they're my frat brother. Okay, your frat brother has committed treason against the rest of us. Well, everybody ain't perfect. Are you, nigga? Are you serious? Are you serious? Well, he my frat brother, so it's do or die. Oh no. We're not signing a suicide pact with you. No, we're not. That's the silliest damn reason in the world. He didn't he didn't tell you anything about the man's track record. What the hell did you send him there for? To represent my fraternity? Get this nigga out of here. Get him out of here. Good grief. He doesn't even understand the reason for voting. This is the kind of thing that Dr. Claude Anderson's talked about now for decades. Negroes talking about exercise your right to vote. We need to be represented. Symbolism. Every damn thing except the reason you're supposed to be voting for. You're supposed to be voting for politicians to promote your interests. Your interest isn't in marketing for your damn fraternity. I'll let you have the last word.
Hey, like you said, we got a fight ahead because the old niggas didn't do what they were supposed to do.
Well, y'all shook things up today. They thought it was going to be business as usual, and you all shook things up today. So, that, by the way, that's why they had so many police out there. Because they were like, okay.
Oh, I knew. I saw them when we were coming in, pulling in. I was like, yeah, they got them for a reason.
Yeah, they were staring in my direction. I'm like, okay, good thing I got tinted windows. But like I say, it's just one of those things. I saw that when I was there. That's what I was saying the whole time. Oh, yeah, Jim is going to be waiting, y'all. He's not going to make it easy for us tonight. So he's trying to play it cool and calm, but y'all disrupted things so badly. He had to pass the mic. He had to pass the mic to the white MC. He had to pass the mic to the white MC. That's what he had to do. It was a bad look for him, but y'all look good out there, man. You did a very good job. You showed everybody that it's not a joke. You showed everybody that it's a real thing. It's not just one or two malcontents mouthing off. No, they got a real problem now. They got a real problem. They got a real problem. But definitely go ahead and send that video to me. I want to check that out. Thank you very much for giving us a call here tonight, brother. Like I say, we got boots on the ground. We got folks out there monitoring the situation. We got folks out there active about it. We haven't just been talking about it. We've been about it. We've been about it. Calling from area code 919. You're on live with the Black Channel. What's your name? Where you calling from?
This is Chris from Brooklyn, New York.
Chris from Brooklyn. What's on your mind?
The behavior that you saw there was just, it typifies basically cakewalking niggas. At the end of the day and whatnot, it's just sad and it's baffling that these old bastards parade around and whatnot with no basically point. And they're just basically more or less just lining their pockets. And it's more and more serious because each and every politician has some tie and link to the boule with this Greek bullshit. What's sad to me and whatnot is you're absolutely right. When Uncle Phil and DJ Jazzy Jeff came up, I try not to be a violent man, but if I would have had on my wheats, I would have fucking caved in his chest. It's getting to the point where this behavior is so unnecessary, where we are so far behind economically, socially, that it's pathetic. There are now regions in the United States, specifically basically Brooklyn and also Paterson, New Jersey, that is basically Hispanic run. This shit is infuriating and it's sad that we have these old niggas. Right at this point, I just want these old bastards to die. They serve no purpose. They are just in the damn way. And we need more people like Marcel. We need more boots on the ground to do stuff like this and disrupt it, just like those crackers did with the Tea Party, and disrupt shit. This is point on, spot on. You're absolutely correct, and we need to do more. B1, keep up the good work. I'm out.
Thank you very much for giving us a call. Let me get caller from area code 803. You're on live with the Black Channel. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Peace and greetings, King Authority. This is Silent D. I am calling out of North Charleston, South Carolina, as we speak. I am heading back to Atlanta. I had to come back to my home state to witness what the hell was even happening.
What did you see?
It was just... Well, let me start off by saying that to keep my stomach from turning, I managed to be together with some of my B1 folk that also had boots on the ground. And I didn't even see you around when you actually took a video when I was talking to when I was talking to them along with Marcel Dixon. I was the guy that had the cap on with the locks going through in a ponytail. But going back to what I was seeing, I was just, like other callers have been saying, we have a lot of work to do, and these old niggas have got to get the hell out of the way because I'm just so tired of them talking about the same thing to the lost old folk, thinking that we're going to go with them, but we're not. And I'm so glad. I'm so glad that we shook things up, and we're going to have to keep doing that to make sure our message gets more loud and clear.
Well, you know, we used to say
it's
justice delayed was justice denied. So when folk were telling us to wait, remember Dr. King, letter from Birmingham jail, we done waiting. 50 years ago. Wait. Here Jimbo Jangles is 50 years later. Here he is coming. Well, you know, y'all need to wait a while longer here. What you need to do, we need to wait a while longer. So, like I say, definitely they don't have anything new. And this is why with the old folks here, that's why that's such a problem. It is such a problem because they're okay waiting, because they're okay not getting, because they already got what they wanted. Hey, they just wanted to get access to shop at FW Woolworths. As far as they're concerned, when they were able to shop at Walmart without getting their heads caved in, man, we balling out of control. And once they got to the Mercedes dealership, they were like, man, this is the promised land. What you mean fight for? We've achieved our dream. So they're looking at us like we're crazy. What do you mean you want more? What's wrong with you young folks? You got cell phones and tennis shoes. What more could you want? I'll let you have the last word.
They know exactly what we want, and we're not going to stop until we get it. It's going to happen one way or another. So they can keep talking down on us like we're trash. Kind of like that lady said that was getting up in the previous caller's face, saying that she doesn't touch trash, which coming from her, that's very ironic, considering the fact that that blouse she has on, she looks like a whole Flex Force Glad trash bag. Like, lady, you have no room to talk about calling anybody trash when you look like a trash bag. Please sit down with that. But that's all I have to say right there. Thank you so much for these broadcasts. I'm glad you came out and pulled up. I'm going to do more on my part to make sure that we get to where we need to be. Be one. Take care.
Black First, brother, thank you very much for giving us a call here tonight. Looking like Nipsey Russell from The Wiz. Trying to call somebody trash, really? Call from area code 904. You're on live with the Black Channel. What's your name? Where you calling from?
My name is Connie from James Island, South Carolina.
All right, Connie, what's on your mind?
I want to just make a point. Hi. I just wanted to make a really quick point. There's a documentary called Quarter of Shame, and it is based on Clyburn's district, District 6 in South Carolina. It has been called the Quarter of Shame for 30 years. 30 years. And I can tell you, I live in one of the counties. It's 17 counties in the Quarter of Shame. 11 of them are in his district. It is very difficult to get people to vote against him. It's difficult to get the Democratic Party to allow anyone to debate with him that doesn't accept their terms. And I'm just going to make it as quick as possible. I support Marcel. We need people to put pressure on Clyburn. He is in the only safe district in South Carolina. This is not me. This is actually
it's gerrymandered. I mean, Clyburn has been there for a while, and the truth of the matter is that Clyburn's district, Nancy Pelosi, the power brokers between the Democrats and Republicans, they all got a handshake deal. So basically the old timers in the party, their districts are always negotiated and gerrymandered to be safe districts. So that's why you can never get rid of them. Chuck Schumer, Mitch McConnell, Jim Clyburn when he was alive, John Lewis. Their districts are always safe because the old timers always politically protected themselves. That gerrymandering, and you're right, Clyburn is one of the pet Negroes, so they always make sure they gerrymander it to give him a safe district in that regard. Safe from Republicans, but not safe from the truth among black people, because that's ultimately what you're working against. Is are black folk gonna get together and start talking to each other? Remember, it was taboo to talk about Barack Obama a decade ago. Try getting him to run for president today and see how that turns out. It was taboo to talk about Kamala Harris, and she didn't even make it out of the gate before we were done. So absolutely, they are going to protect him as much as they can. Our job is to demonstrate that, no, the issues are not going to be ignored. Not at all.
But how do we get people that are on the grounds? How do you get the people to watch a documentary like that where it's race, geography, and poverty. And his district is mainly black. I don't know how to reach the people, how to get them to say, okay, 30 years, corridor of shame, 30 years, Clyburn.
Well, that's what we're doing now.
Let's
be very, very clear.
Jim
Jimbo Jangles and the crew, what they're using is a stalling tactic. They already know. The real thing is, and this is what's very, very important, the reason you were able to make change in places like Ferguson and places like Minnesota, the reason why you can have an impact is when everybody starts focusing on that thing. So when you have a national focus turning to a smaller place, that draws people in, that gets attention. You don't expect your corporate media apparatus to say anything. The number one thing that we can do is be talking about it, because remember, Ferguson didn't get picked up by any of your corporate apparatus, your political parties. They didn't pick it up. Remember, Ferguson was on fire for almost 4 days before CNN, MSNBC, CBS, or any of your corporate media apparatus said anything about it. Never forget that. Ferguson was on fire for almost 4 days. Baltimore was on fire for 2 days before they said anything about it. Don't ever forget that. So how in the hell did those ever... Minnesota was on fire for 3 days before the media apparatus said anything about it. This was long after Ferguson, long after Freddie Gray, long after Mike Brown, long after Freddie Gray, long after that they were playing the same crap. Well, we just won't say anything. We'll just see if we can ignore this away. So what is this telling you? This is the standard operating procedure. This is the playbook. They're like, oh, no, we're not going to pay attention to anything. The only way stuff is going to change is if we do it. We're going to have to show that we want it more than them. We're going to have to show that we're going to be relentless about it. But don't expect Rachel Maddow to turn on and say, let's talk about the problems with Jimbo Jangles. Jimbo Jangles, she knows she owns him, not the other way around. As long as Jimbo Jangles tells her, okay, I'm in favor of anything for LGBT, classrooms, bathrooms, preschool, whatever you need, Rachel. And you can have abortion, even though you're never going to give birth. So that's it. Those media apparatus know that they own him. It's going to be up to us to say, we're not paying attention to the media apparatus at all. We're going to get out here and do this regardless. Remember, a decade ago, we were not talking about economics as the basis of black people's agenda at all. Black folk were still talking about politics and education. Today is a totally different conversation. Recognize when the momentum is behind your back. Recognize that. Take a look at Clyburn's reaction today. As soon as he got rattled, he handed the mic to a white man. What does that show you? He's losing it. You never saw him react like that before. Recognize when you're winning.
Yeah. Yes, I respect that. Thank you so much, Jason. I appreciate your podcast, your broadcast. Excuse me. I just wanted to let you know that, and just tell everyone to go watch The Corridor of Shame. It's on YouTube. There was one made 10 years ago, and then they did an update about a year ago, and nothing has changed. And living here, I respect and I appreciate everyone for their sincere words for us, but it's hard. I'm sitting around people, and they don't know they're poor. They don't realize how bad it is. But
oh, no, they
do.
Have
a great night.
They do know that they're poor, but what's happened is many of them are satisfied where they are. Remember, Harriet Tubman said, I could have freed a lot more slaves if I could have convinced them that they were slaves. This is not new. This is the ongoing historical struggle between those of us who are wish to be free men and those who are okay with going back and picking the cotton, maybe begrudgingly, maybe silently, but the bottom line is they're okay with going back and picking the cotton. Thank you very much for giving us a call. Let me get caller from area code 412. You're on live with the Black Channel. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Good evening, Jason. My name is Robert. I'm calling from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Robert from Pittsburgh, what's on your mind?
Yeah, I just wanted to shout out to you, Tariq, Professor Black Truth, Phil Scott, and Dr. Claude Anderson and Vicki Dillard. Okay, what I wanted to say was the people who are still Clyburn collaborators reveals how deeply the spell of ignorance is ingrained in Democratic butt kissers. These Negroes seemingly can't see how they are getting played by the electoral process in general and the Democratic Party in specific. Both the parties are the wings on the same eagle. Media programming and brainwashing blinds black people to the reality of what is being revealed by the Democrat criminal indifference. Clyburn is a traitor to black people. All over the world, he is traitorous by his blatant clowning. Did you notice the man beside the eyeglass woman had on fingernail polish and flats? What's that all about? You know, and I just want to thank you and the people who put boots on the ground to show us this information. And I'm going to support Mr. Dixon all the way, because it's youth like that that's going to turn things around. For him to see that right now at a young age, did you notice how that woman was holding Clyburn's head? Like, I got your brain. I got your brain. You know, all those are subliminal messages to show what kind of control he's underneath. Right there, the picture you're showing right now, watch the lady grab his head. See? I got you, you know.
I think body language counts for a lot, and people being able to see these kind of things. You're not going to see the broadcast media show it to you. You're not going to see any of them point that out. This is the only place. If you want to know why we are the black media, this is why. Thank you very much for giving us a call here tonight. News doesn't break in the corporate media. News doesn't break over there. News breaks over here. So the breaking news is at the Clyburn fish fry didn't go off without a hitch this year. That's the news this year. The Clyburn fish fry didn't go off without a hitch this year. We brought reparations. Since he refused to bring reparations to us, we brought reparations to him. So the Clyburn fish fry has been interrupted to discuss reparations and the interests of black people. The Clyburn fish fry has been interrupted for that. And we don't need Bowling Ball Martin. By the way, you take a look at the Negro behind him there, looking like the snitch who sat by the door, the fella in the back there with the black sleeveless jacket there. He's walking back. You're going to see him like the fella with the phone call. There he is over there, boy. There he is. I'm telling you, boy, this is plantationism, ain't it? See, they over right there. See, I'm making that phone call. There he is right there. Didn't you see him? They over there, boys. Choose which side you're going to be on. Caller from area code 770. You're on live with the Black Channel. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Peace. This is James calling from Georgia.
James calling from where at in Georgia?
I'm in Southwest at the moment. I'm here down here on a funeral. I originally reside in Los Angeles, though.
Okay, and what's on your mind?
You know, to see this in this day and age, it goes to show you how the slave mentality, you know, really doesn't escape us. Even with, you know, money or education, these people are still just, you know, at this Jim Jones show, this new birth of Jim Jones, they're still drinking this poison. And the fact that so many came out, it just shows you where they were at in a time where it was real, you know, real issues, you know, real, you know, where real racism was still going, you know, was really prominent. I think now what you're seeing is the people who never outbroke the slave mentality, huddled up and trying to bring in a new slave master to control the land, because they never outgrew the slave mentality. And when you talk to old people, old black people especially, they can't seem to understand the Democrat. Like, it's not what the Democrat was back then, even though it might be. I wasn't alive back in the 60s and 50s and all that kind of stuff, and, you know, things like that. But I do know that this Democrat Party right here is pure evil. And that whole Trump character assassination and everything they tried to do everything they did was like one of the most, was pretty much like a modern day lynching. When you look at,
certainly, now let's be very, very clear. I'm no friend of Donald Trump's. However, I am a friend of accuracy. I am a friend of accuracy. Let's be very, very clear. I am a friend of accuracy. And certainly among white folk, that can be an issue. Here's the bigger thing. The bigger thing is about when the focus turns on us. And the way in which they focus on us is by telling us we don't have an issue. We don't have a problem. Black folk just need to wait. Things are going so great. We can just wait forever if nothing gets done. So that's the most important thing. It's more important than them when it focuses on us. Thank you very much for giving us a call tonight. Let me get call from area code 346. You're on live with the Black Channel. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Jason South, Reginald from Houston.
Reginald from Houston. What's on your mind?
Yes, Mr. Black. I'm kind of listening to what everybody's talking about. I notice everybody's talking about the old coons, but you have to watch out for the young coons too, because at one time Jim Clyburn and these other coons was once young coons that were trained by older coons. Up here in Houston, they got this AM station, KCOH, and they have these little talk shows in the morning. So I've been noticing that a lot of people have been bringing up reparations, and they're letting all these older people know, and the Democrats know that the song and dance that they used to use on us is just not working. And I think that guys like yourself are very important, because I notice when I listen to the show, I hear a lot of phrases like B1 and talk. I hear on these little shows. So the word is getting out, and guys like yourself are very important. And we need more guys like yourself to be a counter to guys like Jim Clyburn, because at one time, before social media, all we had to go by, all people could go by, was people like Jim Clyburn's voice, who they would use to put up to speak for us. But now they know that, hey, man, there's another voice, and you guys just have to keep doing what you're doing, man, because they're going to try to push back.
Oh, they are. It's what they are. Understand, but here's the real thing. Take a look at how rattled they were. Remember, we went through this 2 years ago. 2 years ago, if y'all remember, Jimbo Jangles was laughing when we said it before, remember? 2 years ago at the fish fry, he was laughing, remember? He was laughing 2 years ago. He wasn't laughing very damn big today. And it's not simply because folks crashed the party, it's because, damn, that chorus is getting louder now. That's the problem. It's very hard to ignore something that's getting progressively louder election cycle after election cycle. And basically what's going to eventually happen is he's going to be left out here twisting in the wind. When Biden and Pelosi and the rest of the establishment have to make a choice between sacrificing themselves and sacrificing him, ultimately they're going to choose to sacrifice him when it comes down to it. They'll let him hang out there as long as they can. But if he's unable to deliver, and if it just shows that, okay, your situation is just too tenuous, mark my words, he will get voted off the island. Thank you very much for giving us a call. Let me get caller from area code 323. You're on live with the Black Channel. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, big brother Jason. This is brother Elijah calling out of Las Vegas, Nevada.
Elijah out of Las Vegas. What's on your mind?
Brother, thank you for tonight's broadcast, and thank you for getting the troops ready for these for our future tangibles. I got a question though. After you emphasized how those Negroes stepped to our brothers and sisters about the reparations, about them disrupting Jimbo Jangles Clyburn. I need your prediction on this. Do you think that our good brother Marcellus is going to have a huge problem going forward for this election cycle?
Well, I mean, we as black people have a huge problem going forward. So, I mean, like I say, these are evils that should have been beaten and stopped decades ago. It should have been stopped a long time ago. So, like I say, I mean, when you had the momentum out there and when you had super titans like Dr. King and Stokely Carmichael and Malcolm X, I mean, you had them all at the same time. So and the media was much more concentrated back then. So you had them in a more concentrated arena. We haven't had a march on Washington or anything like that. We've been marching, on the internet. We've been marching in person to the extent that we can. So, like I say, you're dealing with a situation that is long removed from what we used to have before, and it's been an uphill fight. So we're having to pick up a baton that got tossed down on the ground by the previous generation. All they had to do is just keep running until they got where they were going. White folk figured out how to buy them off. This generation is learning.
Yes, sir.
They are learning on the job, but they are learning how not to get bought off. And like the previous caller said, a few years ago when we talked, a decade ago, Dr. Claude Anderson been talking about this for 40 years. And the knowledge of it, you got a book that sold very, very well, but as far as being picked up by the masses, it took a while. It took decades before it was picked up by the masses. And it was only because of us in the new black media who were like, hey, these were things that we knew, and we figured out a way to market this to a new generation because the old generation wasn't going to pick it up. Dr. Claude Anderson spent his life proselytizing to his peers in the civil rights generation. And the civil rights generation is just like the Marcus Garvey's people in Jamaica. They didn't pick it up. They didn't pick it up. They weren't interested. They didn't want it. Marcus Garvey had to leave Jamaica and come to America because Jamaicans wasn't picking it up then. And when he went back to Jamaica, they weren't picking it up when he returned. There was only one place it found fertile soil. Dr. Claude Anderson's message did not find fertile soil with the civil rights generation. The civil rights generation turned their ass up at it. It found fertile soil with us. So what does that tell you? The civil rights generation is not going to quietly exit the stage. We are going to have to throw them off like Sandman Sims at the Apollo. That's what it's going to have to be. And this is everywhere. Let's be very, very clear. Marcel Dixon is not a savior. Marcel Dixon is one man. He is not a savior. So in reality, we need 1,000 more people like that. We need 1,000 more. This idea we're going to put it on one person, everything's going to be okay. No. A movement needs to understand it needs to go everywhere. In California with their reparations panel, that's on the West Coast. All the way on the other side of the East Coast, you target Jimbo Jangles. Down there in Atlanta, Stacey Abrams is trying to resurrect herself from the dead. This needs to be a multi-pronged, multifaceted thing. It's not just one place and one person. It is not. But we will show that we have come into our own when you start removing people.
Yes, sir.
When we show we can start removing them and replace that with our agenda, first of all, you have to have one. Once we show we have our own agenda and our own standards, that's what changes things. Thank you very much for giving us a call tonight. Let me get call from area code 504. You're on live with the Black Channel. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Good evening, Jason. This is Brother G from New Orleans.
G from New Orleans. What's on your mind, brother?
Brother, I'm looking at this video right now, and that looks like Florida Evans from Good Times, the broke-ass version of Florida Evans, and that other woman looked like Mavis Staples. This whole thing, like the caller who said before me about these elders, eventually their time is going to come to an end, and we just have to take over and do what we need to do. The new replaces the old. This generation has failed us countless times. I'm frankly sick of hearing this stuff about that's my frat brother. Oh, I knew him from 30 years ago. What does that have to do with anything? Your frat brother. He's your frat brother. Like you were saying earlier, if being in a frat meant anything, Bill Cosby wouldn't have been in jail. Dr. King would still be alive. It has nothing to do with that.
Well, my thing is, okay, what about those of us who have, first of all, what has your frat done for us? Second of all, what does that mean to those of us who aren't members of your frat? Okay, what's that? How does that translate to us? What about your frat is in it for us?
Right. Nothing. And look, I know good people that are in fraternities and stuff, and they've done some good stuff. But yeah, what exactly does that have to do with us? What's the fact that Kamala Harris is an AKA? You know who Hubert Humphrey was? He was an alpha. He was a white man. He was the vice president of the United States. So what does that have to do? Okay. What does that actually have to do with us? How does that benefit us? Yeah, you're in a frat, or you're the first black press secretary, like this woman who's replacing Jen Psaki. I'm sorry, I don't know the lady's name. But that's a nothing burger. This is all nothing burgers. And
well, it's symbolism.
I'm glad that
It's symbolism.
Right. It's
the
symbol,
civil rights. Remember, the
symbolism.
civil rights generation after the 1960s, the Democrats realized, okay, the civil rights generation will go for symbolism. They will take it. They will accept it. That's a form of currency for the civil rights generation, is symbolism. Which is why to this day they still looking for the first Negro. Ooh, the first. We already went through all the first black people and everything. Now is can we get first woman? First LGBT black person. Now they're just groping for straws because that's currency for them. Recognition and acknowledgement. It's like Instagram for them. Ketanji Brown Jackson was like Instagram for them. That was like Instagram for the civil rights generation. It was attention. That was like getting likes on their page. For them.
Exactly. And, brother, and I won't keep it long, but I do want to say this. I mean, you look at go back to when Loretta Lynch was the Attorney General after Eric Holder. She was a Delta. And then remember what she said about these bathroom bills, about the transgender. And she said these bills that are opposed to transgenders using the bathroom of their choice is akin to the Dred Scott decision. That was a complete insult to the black community, and Barack Obama supported that shit. So, no thank you. I understand, Dr. King was an alpha, Johnny Cochran was a kappa, but guess what? They all were on code.
Well, before now, when people said traitorous things like that, there was no response whatsoever. You were waiting on Tom Joyner to say something, and this nigga's going on cruises with him. Oprah Winfrey is sitting up here looking for a LGBT experience with him. Now there's some new people here, and we're not looking to be buddied up with them, booed up with them, mobbed up with them, groupied up with them. We're not looking for anything. We're looking to remove them. And they don't have the bottom line is they don't have a competent operative class to do anything about it. Roland is not competent. He's not effective. He's out there, but he's neither competent nor effective. Karine Jean-Pierre, she's basically the sacrificial lamb. Mark my words. There's going to be a lot of people in the Democrat Party blaming any of Biden's misfortunes on Karine Jean-Pierre. Mark my words. They're going to blame anything bad, any mismessaging, any failure to communicate. They hadn't said anything about Jen Psaki. They're going to be saying much more about Corinne. Mark my words. Thank you very much for giving us a call. They haven't put a single black female in a position that they can control, that they haven't yanked her out of, that they haven't neutered her in, that they haven't neutralized her in. They made Kamala Harris vice president, immediately went to work neutralizing her. Told her she's in charge of the border and then won't let her do anything. You're putting Karine Jean-Pierre, they put Simone Sanders as assistant press secretary to the vice president. Put her in place and then immediately started moving her toward the door. Now Karine Jean-Pierre, don't she see the damn writings on the wall? Doesn't she see the damn writings on the wall? Baby, you can start your stopwatch to how long it'll be before you're gone. Calling from area code 832. You're on live with the Black Channel. What's your name? Where you calling from?
This G out of Houston.
G out of Houston. What's on your mind?
I just wanted to say, I don't like the way that these old broads, they try to push up on you. You know what I'm saying? I just really don't like that, Because if you do something to these folks, they'll try to hit you with an elderly crime or something like that. And these coward bastards, they sit back and let their women, just get all up in your face. I ain't see none of the men doing all of that talking.
Well, no, I mean, the dude, the old Uncle Phil dude, he was sitting there the whole damn time with a cup in his hands. But here's the thing. The real thing is, it doesn't even come to that. The real thing is they're trying to see if they can agitate you and whatnot. Because understand, now that would be on MSNBC. Now that would be there. Oh, Rachel Maddow would be there. Joy Reid. Oh, Joy Reid would knock everybody the hell over to get that. She would be sitting right. We've told you all for the longest time, these Russian bots, Russian agitators, whatever in the world they are, these people out here, they ambushed James Clyburn, and you see it was a violent melee, and these people, they have ties to Trump. They have ties to Trump. They have ties to Trump. And what were the ties to Trump? Okay. You can just tell from the rhetoric they use. There's ties. So just understand, you can't allow them to sit up here and pull your strings and put you in a trick bag of that. They would have loved that because we got them on video. We already got the goods. You understand when you've won. We already got the goods. When Bojangles was running for reparations, we already got the goods. That's why it's like, okay, bring the law over here because Grandpa is saying too damn much. And then they handed the mic to the white man, the fellow who's not running for office. I want you to understand the tactics here. The whole point of giving that microphone to the white dude is because he's not running for office. Get that straight now. Just understand, the white man can sit up here and say whatever in the hell he wants to there. He's not running for anything. Jim, however, is. So you need to shut him the hell up. He's sitting up here stumbling and bumbling. Remember, with the WikiLeaks thing for the Democrats, don't make any specific promises. Jim is sitting up there stumbling and bumbling. He's showing you how afraid he is. He understands the issue is reparations, God almighty. And he's got 7, 8 cell phone cameras sitting there recording him trying to dodge the damn issue. That's not a good look. That wasn't a good sign. You know why? Because he's running for office and he's going to have to go somewhere else and explain why it is that LGBT, you don't say wait. Immigrants don't say wait, but to black folk, well, you all gotta wait. They're very worried about this drumbeat building. Because you see, ordinarily, we would have to get this footage from the corporate media. We'd have to get it from ABC or NBC and just hope that Wolf Blitzer or somebody actually asked a question in our interest. We didn't wait for them to ask a question in our interest this time. We got up and went to go ask it our damn selves. We got up to go demand it ourselves and brought home the bacon. So, like I say, this isn't a typical kind of situation here. Recognize when you've won and don't let them put you into a trick bag and play into their hands. Thank you very much for giving us a call tonight. Let me get call from area code 901. You're on live with the Black Channel. What's your name? Where you calling from? Call from area code 901. Last try. You're on live.
Samson from Chicago.
Okay, brother, you are half asleep over there. Put the pipe down. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Samson from Chicago.
All right, Samson from Chicago. What's on your mind?
Well, the black, because these bootlicks operatives' agenda is to replace the black vote as well as us as the people in the workforce. And if this were ever to succeed, why would they ever agree to reparations at all? And lastly, what would be plan B, C, and D?
Okay, I'm not quite understanding your first question.
Okay, I'm talking about the black vote because it's all leads up to reparation. Like you say, they got to give us something. So what I'm saying is, why would these bootleg operatives, which are already trying to replace us with the immigrants, right, as a people in the workforce, and if their purpose was to succeed, why would they ever agree to reparations, Brother Black? That's what I'm saying. And what would be plan B,
that is
C,
the
and
whole
D?
point of being on code now, is so that that does not occur. The civil rights generation just said whatever they said, whatever the Democrats say. So they went along with feminism, illegal aliens, they LGBT agenda. They went along with anything the Democrats told them. Anything. This is the first generation that is now asking questions across the board and saying, yeah, we're not going to just rubber stamp this because you showed up. And I don't care what my mama's saying and your grandmama's saying, your granddaddy's saying. We're not rubber stamping any of this anymore. So understand, this is holistic. This is holistic. This is why Joy Reid was upset, because it's like, okay, the black agenda, we understand they've been using illegal aliens to undermine the black agenda. So it's like, okay, understand this is a multifaceted thing. So when we talk about the black agenda, it does deal with those things. So what you're showing is a weakening of support. That's the thing that they're looking for. It shows a weakening of support. And going forward, they're monitoring that. They're watching it, brother. They don't have the support they used to have. This pathetic, pitiful little meeting right here looks like your local church. It's a bunch of old wore-out deacons from the plant and a bunch of old grannies sitting around. And the problem is, your party doesn't have a political future if your constituency is in the nursing home and the hospices. Your party doesn't have a political future. You need the young people to gravitate and get on board. And what they're realizing now is they don't have any support among the young for any of these agendas. Everybody's asking questions about it now. They don't have the support they used to have. Recognize things have changed. Their job is to put on a stiff upper lip and put on a brave face. No, they are not nearly as secure as they used to be. Don't be fooled. Thank you very much for giving us a call tonight. Let me get caller from area code 201. You're on live with the Black Channel. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Free Derek Chauvin. He's a hero. He's a hero. Free
Leopold.
Derek Chauvin.
Leopold.
Free Dylan Roof.
Knock it off.
That's a hero.
That's old Leopold out there. He's trying to get somebody to recognize that he exists there. Leopold, I don't know. Leopold is a man in trouble. He is a man with issues. Hopefully, however, somebody can give him a wellness check. No, I can't do it. I'm not able to do it. So that's not something that I can do, but maybe, just maybe, I don't know. Maybe if somebody is able to find his number or something, see if you can give him a wellness check. Maybe we can do that for him. Leopold is very, very worried out there. He has a lot to be worried about. So he's nervous. Life is rough. He has no friends. It's difficult. Hopefully somebody knows him. If somebody knows him, make sure that you put in for a wellness check for him. Hopefully we can put in a wellness check for him. Let's get caller from area code 773. You're on live with the Black Channel. What's your name? Where you calling from?
My name is Queen Imani. I'm calling from Chicago, Illinois.
All right, Queen Imani from Chicago. What's on your mind?
Yes, sir. I watch your show so many times, and I love your program. I love it so much. And I just thought about how I think it was a couple years ago with Elizabeth Warren. I believe she was she at his fish fry at that time too? Whereas the brothers pull up on her and asked her about the reparation check. She said, "What check? What check? Check for what?"
Yeah, check for
was
what?
That the fish fry as well?
Yeah, reparations for what? I want to say that was, like I say, when he hosted the presidential candidates when Biden was running and things. So yeah, reparations for what? So yeah, I mean, he's been out there for a while doing that. I think when they were running in the primaries, I want to say. When they were in the primaries. So yeah, absolutely. It was a number of folk out there. That's the game plan. When they get around us, they talk stupid. What they were thinking 3 years ago is that this was going to go away. They were thinking that this was going to go away. And it hasn't happened.
Exactly.
It hasn't happened.
And it's not going to. It's not going to either. And one last thing I want to say. They need to, Clyburn needs to change. If he has a fish fry next year, it should be shake up at the fish fry, because they were shook up today. They got the police out there. They got the bootlicks out there to chase away the people who's out there, for reparations. And he's so scared, and he will not be able to sleep good tonight. Trust me, he will not.
Well, like I say, certainly they have something to think about. And that's the real thing about it.
Yes.
I told you all 4 or 5 years ago. They think that this is going to be a temporary thing, a brush fire that's eventually going to die down, and they can go back to business as usual. That's what they are expecting. Because this is what the civil rights generation taught them. That black folk are going to get ventilated, but that all you got to do is let them vent. All you got to do is let them blow off some steam. And after they're finished blowing off some steam, then you can just go back to business as usual. That's what they told them. All you got to do is let black folk blow off some steam, and they'll go back to business as usual. And that's it. Let them get that out of their system, and then they'll go home. Here you are, a decade after Trayvon Martin, and we ain't gone home.
Absolutely.
A decade after Trayvon Martin,
the knock is getting louder.
We are still out here. We're out here more than we were then. A decade later, don't you understand? They've been gauging all that. It's like, oh hell. So what they've been doing is they've been trying to slow walk some way to appease us. And what they're realizing is, no, they're coming for the brass ring this time. They all the old con jobs we use won't work. So right now their strategy is stall, my God, stall. Stall them as long as you can. Do anything and everything. Stall them as long as you can. Well, we need to win some elections in the meantime. See if you can shame them. Get Oprah Winfrey out of mothballs. Go ahead and tell Michelle Obama start dancing the Dougie like her life depended on it. Tell Barack Obama take his thong off and go show up at a couple of campaign rallies. Get the hell out there and do something, damn it. Do something. Don't just look at me. Do something. So that's where you are now. But just understand, if they had the momentum behind them, it would be different. But they don't. Thank you very much for giving us a call tonight. Let me get caller from area code 910. You're on live with the Black Channel. What's your name? Where you calling from?
My name is Orlando, calling from Fayetteville, North Carolina.
Orlando from Fayetteville, and what's on your mind?
Yeah, I had a quick question. Well, with this, with him being put on the spot like he has been put on tonight, and with the outstanding video that you're showing, and then of course with you pulling up and all the FDA nation pulling up, will he be forced? That's just one question. Will he be forced to actually debate Marcel? That's what I want to know.
No. Just understand, no, that's not the game. That is not the game. In the chat room, to my mod, Great Black Shark, you're posting the wrong. You need to go check your information, sir. Let's get our lives together. No, they're not going to do that. And we're going to have to understand that going forward, I'm telling y'all right now, going forward, you're going to have to be a political force without the apparatus, without the debates. They're going to have to be asking to come to speak to us. We cannot depend on the usual devices and the usual platforms for that. We can't depend on that. That's not going to be the kind of thing we need there. So our job is to make sure they're in enough trouble they come looking for us. And what that means is you start talking to each other. That's the real issue. You have to start talking to each other. The whole purpose of having the new black media here is for the first time folks are comparing notes. And what we're doing is saying, hey, how many of y'all are still cool about Jim Bojangles Clyburn? Didn't need NBC, didn't need MSNBC, didn't need Fox, didn't need CNN, didn't need any of them. Just said amongst ourselves, hey, how many of y'all are still cool with Jim Bojangles? How many of you are all right with that? How many of you? And what you found out is, yeah, it's not nearly as solid as Joy Reid, Melissa Harris Perry, and Don Lemon and Roland Martin try to tell you it is. It's not nearly as solid as they would like to believe. There was a reason why Bowling Ball Martin was sitting up here trolling me. There was a reason for that. There was a reason why Bowling Ball Martin was sitting up here using my name and trying to win off of that. He was doing that because things have changed. He is conceding he doesn't have the influence he once did. He's talking to the people who actually do. That's the reason that Roland Martin, built like a Kaiser roll, was sitting up here using my name over and over and has been trolling me in the last couple of days on Twitter. He's talking to the people who actually have the influence. 800,000 subscribers on YouTube and 5,000 views. No, he knows who has the influence. He knows who has that. That's the problem for him. He knows who has the influence. They know who have it. They're just trying to keep up a brave face to keep you from realizing that. But they know who has it. Don't you be deceived. Don't be deceived. Caller from area code 828. You're on live with the Black Channel. What's your name? Where you calling from? Sound like they just left the fish fry themselves. Okay, we are short on time, so we will let them go ahead and finish drinking. Caller from area code 201, you're on live with the Black Channel. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, Jason, this is Ricky from Ackworth,
Okay,
Georgia.
take your phone off of speaker. Whoever it is, your phone reception is real bad. I'll give you a few moments to take it off of speaker, but we can't slow down here tonight. So let me try one more time. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hello? Yeah, this is Ricky from Ackworth, Georgia.
Okay, Ricky from Ackworth, Georgia. What's on your mind?
Yeah, I was on Facebook and I was talking to a couple of black gentlemen there, and I had said for reparations, it would be nice to, maybe for families $15,000, and then for individuals $8,000. Then Joe Biden throws out, almost $500,000 for like illegal Latinos and stuff like that. What would be appropriate for black families once this actually gets going? Because I think with Be One Nation and you pushing it, it could actually happen.
Well, certainly our math starts the bidding at 10 to 12 trillion, and that's for starters. Something closer to adequate is going to be somewhere around 20 trillion. And they found the money to drop bombs in Iraq and then turn tail and run. So they made lots of money for Raytheon and Laurel Hughes and General Electric and Northrop Grumman. They made billions of dollars for them for a useless war overseas. And they got trillions of dollars to fight COVID overnight. You got millions and billions of dollars for LGBT and non-citizens. Where can you find the money for our reparations? Where you found that at? There it is right there. Yeah. Wherever you got that money from for all those things, yeah, that you can transfer that over here now. We'll take that. We'll take that one. The money you've been spending in Iraq, yeah, we'll take that one. That black budget, yeah, we'll take that one. We'll take that one. We'll start there. And notice the key word is not there. The key word is start.
I just find if you have a candidate that will actually fight for it,
no,
you're gonna have a lot of people in uproar, and they're gonna set like I'm an Afro Puerto Rican. I really feel like they'll start sending Puerto Ricans, Dominicans to try to get involved in this some way somehow.
Well, we've already been over that.
From Spain.
No, we've already been over that part. And the real thing is, just understand they're not gonna give us anything. They did not give us our freedom from chattel slavery. They did not give us emancipation. They did not give us civil rights. They're not going to give us anything. They never have and they never will. We are going to get what we demand. We are going to get what we prioritize. We're going to get what we force. We're going to get what we fight for. So it's not about them giving anything. What are they going to give us? Nothing. I'm not going to give you anything. You're going to get what you demand. You're going to get what you fight for. You're going to get what you insist on. But no, they're not going to get anything. And as far as, those other groups are concerned, well, yeah, that they're already in the mix now. They're already in the place now. They're the ones already out there now. That's not new. They're already there. They're already circling and swimming around talking about, hey, what about us? So understand, that's already a factor in the equation. Our job is to make sure that the conversation does not change. That's our job. That the conversation doesn't change. In years past, we allowed them to look us in the eye and change the damn conversation. This time, it's going to stop. This time, no, we're not changing the conversation. It's about us and only us. Well, what about black and? There's no and. It's only about us. And until you are discussing what we want to talk about, we're not showing up to vote, and we'll pursue anything else by alternative means. But we're not falling for this con job anymore. And we're saying it in a clear, concise voice. Reparations or resign. And remember, a few years ago, the corporate media tried to talk about, it's impossible, it can't happen, everybody's giggling this, that, and the other. They're taking it a hell of a lot more seriously now, aren't they? You know why? Because it's not because their attitude changed, it was because yours never did. All we have to do is stand firm and let them know, we're not joking, we're dead ass. When we said reparations or resign, we weren't joking, we're dead ass serious. I'm like, really? You really are? Yeah, we sure are. Oh boy, how do we deal with that? So now Jimbo Jangles can't even sit up here and hold a picnic without us showing up to say, by the way, so glad you came out here in public, reparations or resign. Well, if y'all would just wait, it won't happen overnight right here. If it's not going to happen overnight, then you won't mind giving your seat to somebody else. Since it's not going to happen overnight, there's no reason for you to be in that seat anymore. We might as well get somebody else in it. Since it's not going to happen overnight anyway, let's just get somebody else sitting in your seat so that since you can go ahead and go home and retire and go do whatever else you want to do. Since it's not going to happen overnight and you don't know when it's going to occur, let's just give your seat to somebody else and you can go retire and go loaf around the house. Let somebody else worry about it because it's not happening overnight anyway. So what does it matter? Right, Jimmy? Thank you very much for giving us a call. Let me get caller from area code 828. You're on live with the Black Channel. What's your name? Where you calling from? Okay, too much background noise there. Let me get caller from area code 803. You're on live with the Black Channel. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, Black First, this is Adamir calling out of Bishopville. Just left North Charleston.
All right, Adamir just left North Charleston. What's on your mind, brother?
Man, first of all, I appreciate you galvanizing the B1 family. We was out there. You saw it clearly. They had their people well surrounded. They was watching us the whole time. And Jim Clyburn, when I approached him, had a lot of explaining to do and wound up talking about how he's pushing the HR 40 and he and Sheila Jackson Lee and at one point he even asked, why y'all fucking with me? Excuse my language, but yeah, he kind of took all that to heart. So it was amazing. I did send you that video.
Okay, you sent me the video of it already because I'll be looking for it.
Yes, sir. I had to crop it up and dumb it down a little bit, but I sent it to you. Yeah,
okay, because I've been looking for it here. Can you go ahead and let me see? Was that you 1-on-1 with him? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Did he? Okay, let me find out here. Did he really say that?
About the HR 40? Oh yeah.
No, about effing. About effing with him. Did he really say that?
Oh yes, he. I think he had a little bit of liquor in him or whatever. Yeah, he he got real country. Oh, y'all fucking with me.
Okay, bro. Okay, I gotta check this out now. Then let me go ahead and check this out now. Then, because I found you. I got a bunch of emails. I've gotten a bunch of emails, so you can understand. I need 3 people up in here right now tonight, and it's just me trying to hold the fort. So, and I got a number of other people I've been talking to here and stuff. So I've got 4 or 5 screens in front of me right now trying to take care of everything. At first, I thought you were being hyperbolic. I didn't know you literally meant he said that. So I'm like, let me go ahead and check it out and make sure it's not being misconstrued. Old Jim might have said something else, but just in case he did, I'm like, okay, we done went to a whole new level of niggified. So just want to make sure about that. All right, let me go ahead and...
He went there.
I did want to ask, though. Reparations is a big thing. Look, reparations are big with me. I'm the only one doing the bill. Why y'all keep fucking with me on that? I'm the only one doing the bill.
Oh, boy. That's my deal. Oh, Jim Bojangles did say it, didn't he? Oh, man.
Yes, he did.
Okay, y'all, let me go ahead and let me get this video loaded up for you here. Let me go ahead and get that loaded up for you. Old Jim Bojangles did say it. Okay. Let me go ahead and start that. Old Joy Reid, boy, they're going to be mad at us in the morning, huh? Oh, they're going to be mad at us in the morning, aren't they?
Yeah, he caught feelings. And that one of the, I guess the white dude with the top hat kept trying to interrupt and tell me to go off to the side.
Yeah, because old Jim, they knew he wasn't going to make it. Let me go ahead and throw this up for everybody here right quick. Let me go ahead and throw this up for you all.
But I gotta go, but I appreciate the
anyway, I did want to ask myself.
Reparations is a big thing. Look, reparations are big with me. I'm the only one.
Yeah, that's old Jim there, boy. He's like, why in the world? Why
I'm the only one doing the deal.
Why you doing that right here? It's my deal. I'm sitting down here, just a little country bar. Because you got some questions to answer for here, sir.
And it's been around for 38. So why y'all keep telling me about a bill that's been there for 38 years?
Yeah, I had to get the blue shirt for him. I had to kind of be a little incognito with it. So I picked up one of his blue shirts and moseyed on up to him and hit him with the question. That the young man, that's his grandson or something. He done made him campaign manager. He was going around trying to tell people to leave, and we weren't trying to hear that.
Well, I don't blame you. I wouldn't try to hear that either.
Stop this foolishness.
So
respectful. Just putting that out there. You know, we want to see that. We actually want to see that go.
Well, everybody wants. All right, let me go ahead and see if I can get that going here. Thank you for this call.
I'm doing well. Listen, I gotta go, but I appreciate the fish fry and everything. I did want to ask though. Reparations is a big thing.
Look, reparations are big with me. I'm the only one that's doing the bill. Why y'all keep So why y'all keep telling me about a bill that's been there for 38 years?
Well,
older than my grandson. Yeah, he ain't but 27. That bill been up.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure there that you all could hear the audio clearly. Did you all hear the audio from him clearly? I think that was pretty clear what you heard right there. Okay, because on my end, I'm not sure what's going on there. On my end, I'm able to hear it. On my end, I'm able to hear it. I'm not really sure if you all are hearing that. On my end, I'm able to hear it, though. And I'm showing this monitor in there, so I'm going to give that a minute here. Sometimes YouTube has a delay. Sometimes the YouTube has a delay. I want to make sure y'all were hearing him there. Let me check here now. Were you all able to hear Jimbo's Clyburn? Did you get to hear his audio? Okay, some of my mods here are not moving very well here. Let me make sure. Were you all able to hear Jimbo Jangle's audio? Some of y'all might be getting the audio slow here, so stop talking about, oh, we couldn't hear it. Were you able to hear that? Okay. Let me go ahead and see if we can play. We're going to go ahead and play that one more time. Some of my ADHD mods here. I'm trying to get them straightened out in life in general. Let's go ahead and roll that beautiful beam footage.
I gotta go, but I appreciate the fish fry. Did want to ask though. Reparations is a big thing.
Look, reparations are big with me. I'm the only one that's doing the bill. Why can't you fuck with me on that? I'm the only one doing the bill. It's my bill.
Which bill?
The reparations bill.
HR 40?
HR 40.
Okay.
And I've been doing it for 20 years, 30 years.
Okay, one more time.
I'm doing well. Listen, I gotta go, but I appreciate the fish fry and everything. I did want to ask though. Reparations is a big thing.
Look, reparations are big with me. I'm the only one that's doing the bill. Why y'all keep fucking with me on that? I'm the only one doing the bill. It's my bill.
Which bill?
The reparations bill.
HR 40?
HR 40.
Okay.
And I've been doing it for 20 years, 30 years. And it's been around for 38. So why y'all keep telling me about a bill that's been there for 38 years?
Well,
older than my grandson. Yeah. He ain't but 27. That bill been up there 38 years, and y'all looking at me that I'm supposed to pass it.
We just want you to push it.
I have been.
Okay, brother. No, we don't need him to push it there. The point is the HR 40 is a study. Come on now. We've been doing this for too long now to fumble the ball like that. Thank you very much for getting old Jimbo sitting up here spazzing out. But brother, no, HR 40 is a study. That's not reparations. They didn't study anything for the Asians. They didn't study for LGBT. They didn't study for any of those people. No, we don't need another study. Caller for 828. You're on live. What's your name? Where you calling from?
My name is Khalil, calling from Charleston, South Carolina.
Jalil from Charleston, what's on your mind?
Yeah, I just came from the fish fry, and I'm not going to harp on what the brothers have said, and shout out to the brothers for showing up for our reparations. I'm just going to say that it was truly disgusting to see these old niggas come out here and vote for damn dry-ass fish and a piece of fucking bread, and a piece of bread. And there was one brother there, shout out to that brother. He was a smaller, older brother, and he was the one you hear in the videos telling them about our reparations, and they were trying to shuffle us out, and you had Jim Clyburn's little grandson, oh, why don't y'all calm down? And we called him a coon, and they was telling us, oh, well, why don't y'all just leave? And we were like, well, kick us out. We ain't going nowhere. We here for our grandchildren's inheritance. And that's pretty much all I have to say, brother.
Thank you very much for giving us a call here tonight. Please do give us a call again. So shout out to Ademir here for getting the clip for us here. But folks, come on now. At this point right now, everybody needs to be on the same page about this. This is not about pushing HR 40. We're not here to push HR 40. HR 40 is the problem. HR 40 is just a study. We're not here to get first of all, take a look at how hard it is just to get a study for reparations. We're not here pursuing no damn study. When he said HR 40, you're supposed to say, sir, that's a study for reparations. We're talking about reparations. You didn't have to study anything for the Asians to get them a Protection Act. You didn't have to study anything for LGBT and the Equality Act. You're not studying anything for illegal aliens. They're just bum rushing the door. The Afghans, the Ukrainians, you're just dropping billions all over the place. You're studying nothing. When you come to us, all of a sudden, you need 30 years to put together a study. No, we don't want HR 40 is a scam, and you know it. We want reparations. Now the study is over. The study was called Jim Crow. The study is over. We need everybody here. You can't fumble the ball like that. You can't get into position there and then fumble the ball. Come on now. What is this, the Detroit Lions? You can't get in position like that and fumble the ball now, people. Everybody needs to understand here at this point right now, this should just be second nature to everybody. You understand HR 40, scam, minority coalition, lie, racial justice, babble. Come on now. We getting in the position, we get close up on them, and then it's like, okay, we don't know how to close the deal. Come on, let's not have that.
I'm doing well. Listen, but I gotta go. But I appreciate the fish fry and everything. I did want to ask though. Reparations is a big thing.
Look, reparations is big with me. I'm the only one that's doing the bill. Why y'all keep fucking with me on that? I'm the only one doing the bill. It's my bill.
Which bill?
The reparations bill.
HR 40?
HR 40.
Okay.
And I've been doing it for 20 years, 30 years.
Yeah. You see the white man back there behind him with the orange cap. That's his handler.
Been there for 38 years.
Well,
older than my grandson. Yeah. He ain't but 27. That bill been up there 38 years, and y'all looking at me that I'm supposed to.
The white man sitting there is his handler.
I have been.
Okay, well, that's the problem. He has been pushing it. Yes, that's exactly the problem. He has been pushing it. Yeah, that's precisely the issue. He's been pushing a scam bill and calling it reparations. He's been pushing a scam bill and calling it reparations. Yes, that is exactly the problem. That's exactly the problem. Scam bills, double talk, trick language. Been dealing with this for years, and then we get there, and this man telling you, I've been pushing for it. We supposed to be sitting there to stop HR 40. I've been pushing for it. Well, you need to push more. Dude, come on now. Come on. They gave old Jim Clyburn some E and J, and that loosened him up. Okay, but just understand he wasn't so lit that he didn't remember to sit up here and just remember the line now. HR 40 now. If anybody asks you about reparations, HR 40. It's HR 40. Yeah, they got him some gin and juice. Have him, his white handler, keep circling. Knows what I was telling you for the whole damn time. Yeah, that white man is just circling him the whole damn time. He know full damn well Jim can't make it through any event. He needs somebody there to put a saddle on his back. He needs somebody there to put a saddle on his back because he ain't gonna make it. And sure enough, he didn't. Why y'all effing with me? Because you are the problem. The very fact you open your mouth to say HR 40, you're the problem. But the rest of us need to understand what that is too. Now, by the way, I got more video that's coming in. I got more people who have sent me more stuff here. So I'm going to be sifting through some of this for a few hours. Here, but I'll be combing through it to see what we come up with and try to bring you some more relevant stuff here. But like I say, I mean, if you want to know why we are the black media, news breaks here, people. Not CNN, not MSNBC. News breaks here. Bowling Ball Martin is not going to bring you anything like this. News breaks here. It breaks here. This is the place where the news breaks. This is the place where you find out these kind of things. This is the place where you get those kind of answers. By the way, would he ever have talked to the LGBT, feminists, abortion law, immigrants? Would he have ever talked to them like that? Would he have ever said that to them? By the way, would he ever have acted this way with any of them? Ask yourself that question. Would he ever have responded to them like that? The way in which they treat us like damn dogs. They're dependent on us. That's the way, that's what I told you. They've been told that the way you deal with black folks, you got to sit up here and be firm with them and tell them where to get off. Because black folk are going to be belligerent and they're going to try to be bossy. The rest of these folk right here, you talk to them like you got some sense. Oh yeah, but you're also giving them things. These other folk don't have to go through what we have to go through. So you all learned a lot here tonight. No, we're just getting started. But if you want to know where I was today, yeah, this is where I was. This is what I've been doing. I've been hard at work at this. Anybody else out there running their mouths? By the way, what have I been doing? I went to go see Jim Bojangles. I've been out there to talk. I've been out there to go drop in on the proceedings. I've been there. That's what I've been doing. Welcome to the black media. Nobody else does what we do. If you are new here to the Black Channel, welcome. Welcome to the haven of intelligent black thought. We are the black media, over 139,000 subscribers and rising. Heading towards 150. We are not a little thing by any stretch of the imagination. Click that red subscribe button. Click that yellow notification bell. Join us each and every weekend. You are going to get the news, information, analysis, exclusive video that you will receive absolutely nowhere else. I want to thank, and if you have not been to our website, Black Channel Films, definitely get over there and check out our groundbreaking best-selling documentary work, 7 a.m. Gentrified Race War, all available on DVD, on streaming on Amazon, blackchannelfilms.com. That is blackchannelfilms.com. Thank you to Kent Jones, Adamir, More Black, everybody else here who has been out there and were on the ground, who took out the time to go ahead and do this. For you, your children, your grandchildren, when they look back one day and ask, how did things change? At what point did the tide begin to turn? You can tell them you were instrumental in seeing that happen. You could have stayed home, but you didn't. You got out and you agitated. You got out and you disrupted the status quo. And that was what changed everything. I want to give you all a big round of applause. Thank you very much for doing that. There's not one hand clapping. I'm clapping on behalf of everybody else, but thank you very much. I appreciate that. Do what you can there. That's the only thing I've ever asked, is for everyone to do what they can. And don't worry about me. Don't worry about me. Worry about white supremacy. Don't worry about Jason Black. Now, where did Roland Martin go? And this concludes tonight's broadcast of The Black Channel. I am your host, your brother, your humble servant, the Black Authority. And until next time, my brothers and my sisters from around the world, remember, black is the future, and the future is uncompromising.